Yo, hey, hey, hey. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Yeah.
Coach Justin,
Coach
what's up?
Justin.
What's up?
Doing
What's
well,
up?
doing well.
What's good, brother?
Just had like a clarity call set up like right at 10:30, and it was a dude that I knew, so from like back in the day. So I just didn't want to be like, hey, I don't have time for you because of so. But if it was somebody I didn't know, I would have been like, yeah, we got to reschedule. But
that's what's up. You got to chase. You got to have a code, man. You know what I mean? And you prioritize.
Just respect those like old relationships, because
you got to nurture them, man, because they're very rare to find
and
hold on to.
Mm-hmm. And I knew you guys. I know. Like, Afi, he said he could have started this time, and it's like 20 minutes later. So,
Not today, baby.
He's usually on time. We on time. We usually on time.
I'll be on time. It's just that catch be early, and it's like, no, I'm gonna come on this exact time I said. 7:50. No, I'm coming at 8. Because seriously, because a lot of times, Justin, the reason why is because a lot of the guys, like when you do more collaborating, guys be wanting to fucking brief and shit. I don't need to brief with you guys. I can brief with you guys right now. That's why.
Live.
The thing. Don't ask me this. Let's talk. We can talk about that shit now. I got no shame.
Yeah, first take, boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
I remember when the first time Black Ram interviewed me, he sent me a checklist, and I still couldn't do it. I said, no disrespect, I'm not gonna look at that, bro. I don't want to think about the stuff you're gonna ask me before I hear it. No disrespect. Right. I'm just telling you now. Don't be expecting me to follow this. I know myself. And that's just the way it went. Yeah,
I think that's it comes out organic that way, and I think that's a good segue into the topic that you decided to go with, Afi, regarding Jlo and Arod breaking up and just following a script. Yeah. There's no real script to this life shit, man. There's no script to this life shit. There's no script to marriage, relationships, business. It's really about trial and error and commitment. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are scared to commit because commitment takes work. And we already know, as men on this panel, most males are weak. They don't want to do the work, but they want everything handed to them. So quite frankly, a lot of men talk about women being entitled, but men are entitled too. Men think that because they're men and we keep telling them that they're the prize, they feel like they don't have to do any work because they're the prize. Mm-hmm. And this shout out to Mr. 1950. Mr. 1950 says some shit like, yo, should we teach our daughters, anybody who has a daughter, should you teach your daughter how to be submissive? Mm. And I basically said, you got to teach your daughter the benefits of being submissive, or a woman of the benefits of being submissive. But the key is a man has to know where he's going in order to require someone to be submissive. A lot of niggas are talking about that they're the prize and shit, but they lost. They just floating with the air and shit, and they expect women to be submissive to them. So that's another problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's a state of being. What's up?
Go ahead. I said, just go real quick. I'm gonna talk for a minute because I just want to say like topics like this. I'm coming from a different angle than everybody. Like I'm not talking about this shit the way the gossip channels and shit. Like, oh my God, Jlo. Like, I'm not hitting it from that either. Right. I'm just using it as a teachable moment from the fucking shit. The characters don't matter, but y'all
Right.
care about the kids when they matter more than they don't matter. Because somebody even asked me like, "Oh, what's the details on that?" I'm like, it don't fucking matter. The situation is
Right.
what matters.
It's a trending
You know?
topic. So yeah, it's a trending topic. The reason why sometimes Afi picks these topics because they're trending and they're more relatable to the people who don't have a lot of vision. So most of the shit is teachable moments, quite frankly.
Well, why don't you guys teach me? Because I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Shout out to Viking for the super chat. Thank you, brother. He said checking in. Shout out to Misha. Good evening. Happy Justin. Hope you gentlemen are doing well tonight. Busy day, busy and a bad day. Good evening, 949.
What's good, buddy?
Yeah, so you know, J-Lo, they're rich and famous. The perfect stuff. Oh, she's rich and famous. She's wanted. Oh, he's the most desirable guy, and oh, they got this perfect thing. And boom, she gets the fan. And I kind of want to like even letting other brothers know when shit like you can't buy a woman's love or affection, bro. It don't matter how much shit you got going on. If you don't have the key principles that she desires, she'll leave your ass.
Yeah, so Justin, just to give you a recap, and again, I know you don't give a shit about this. No, not the three. Disclaimer: the three of us don't give a shit about this. But again, like Afi said, it's a teachable moment. So apparently, J-Lo for the 5th time has called off another wedding. A-Rod and J-Lo are officially donezo. There are a lot of allegations about A-Rod stepping out with a hot chick, actually, from some type of Southern reality star. They initially, once those stories surfaced, they initially said that, we're working some things out because they said, J-Lo said that she went to therapy during the quarantine. So a lot of times we talk about this a lot, that women always need to be entertained, and the quarantine really required them to both stay inside in their mansions and shit and kind of deal with each other and face some realities that a lot of people tend to overlook because of their clout, etc. So J-Lo basically, today it's official. They officially called it quits. And the reason why Afi decided to pick this topic too, because another hip hop star, Video Vixen, tweeted something regarding this. She said, one thing is for certain, when J-Lo is unhappy with somebody, she replaces him or she gets rid of him. So that's pretty much it. So that's where we're going with it, because there's so many different angles about how women think that men can be replaced so easily, right, if they're the prize, and how men seem to think that putting a woman on a pedestal, even if you're high value, is going to secure that relationship.
Right, yeah, because I think, I'm high value, and so she's just going to be all of my job until, nah, bro, it don't matter. Because she can meet another dude who can treat her better than you, that got not as much money as you, but enough she can rock with.
Right.
Yeah, guys, they think that, see, the pedestalization it's a real trap, because that sort of thing has been peddled to people, to men, for a very long time. I mean, it goes all the way back to the concepts of chivalry, knights doing this thing, going to battle for a woman because she gave you her handkerchief
for her honor, right?
And then it just goes through to there's a subtle thing. It's called a certain type of sexism, benevolent sexism. And that's the whole, like, holding car doors open, walking on one side of the street so you get hit by the puddle and not her, laying your coat down over dirt so she doesn't have to walk in it, or mud puddle, whatever like that. So all that stuff is actually a form of sexism. It's called benevolent sexism, but it's part of a tree of pedestalization. And what's funny is that we were taught at a very young age to do this for women, and that will win their approval.
Right.
And the catch-22 is that when you put them up on a pedestal, it actually creates a distance between you, right?
You the touchdown, baby. You got the ball now, baby. Where you going with it?
And so it separates the man and the woman, and she feels detached from him, and he has no influence over her, and he put her there. And she's like, and for the most part, women are like, why did you put me up here? Like, when it happens real quick, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, why? They're like, what? Why am I so damn? Why are you doing? I mean, a lot of them, they don't understand it. They're like, okay, I'll go to Dubai, but like, or if it keeps happening, then their ego gets blown up, and then they start believing. They're like, oh yeah, yeah, I belong up on this pedestal.
Right. You know, you said something very important. You said the catch-22 and the irony in putting a woman or doing what we were taught, right? Or doing what we were told.
Yeah.
Putting a woman on a pedestal kind of actually divides us even more. And I think the reason why it divides us even more is because the challenge is gone. Women, and this is something that's been said a lot, women are agents of chaos. They thrive off of chaos, confusion. So when you give that to them, they no longer have something to thrive for. So that's at that point, then they start to lose interest in you. So I don't think there's anything wrong with rewarding a woman. I don't think there's anything wrong with being chivalrous, doing nice things for her if she earned it. See, a lot of times guys have unrealistic expectations and set unrealistic tasks for a woman where they have no business doing it. Like they want a woman to give them money and cook and clean for them, but they don't even have a crib, or their credit's bad, or they want a woman to have a fat ass and a small waist and they're out of shape. So the key is this, man. Everybody's talking about high value, but not everybody is equipped to and responsible enough to handle the title of being high value, because that shit takes work. It's kind of like being an entrepreneur. Some people are happy being the 9 to 5. They ain't got to worry about shit. But this entrepreneurship that we're embarking on, some of you guys are doing it, is harder than the average Joe. Mm-hmm. So you can't expect a woman to give you all these things if you're not even able to meet her halfway or reward her for the shit that she's doing for you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you say an entrepreneur, that's a perfect analogy, because there's a lot of people out there that want to say I'm an entrepreneur. A lot of people. and then if you talk to them, you ask them what their day looks like. Okay. And like real entrepreneurs, they're down to the hour, every single hour,
to the planned
out, knowing exactly what they're doing. And even like taking a break, it's like, okay, from this time to this time, I'm scheduling myself a break. I'm taking a 15-minute nap from 3 to 3:15, you know, and then it's like after that, doing this thing, and it's like it's all angled out, right down to the minute, and it's it's a huge responsibility, and it's daunting. I'm telling you, like this is what my day is like every single day. Well, not every single day, but probably 6 days a week, and it's fucking daunting shouldering this much responsibility. When you have a job, they take care of your scheduling, they take care of payroll, they just say come here, do this thing, then go home. And there's so much that you have no awareness of that other people are taking care of, all the communications, the email, the legal, right? That's, you don't see all that be like, you know, on the back end. You just see none of that. You just come in and do one little tiny piece, and it's like, bro, you don't even know. So what you're saying is the same exact thing of being a man. There's so much to it.
Like, yeah, you know, and you hit it on the nail too, bro. Again, you know, long-term. It doesn't even have to be marriage. It could be long-term relationship. Basically, in a nutshell, it takes work, like everything else. You know what I mean? You have to find somebody who is like-minded and who understands their role, man and woman, in order for us to achieve something. And it's also very important too to realize that nothing lasts forever, man. Right. Women are never happy, and if you do something solely to make someone else happy, you're doomed. You're doomed, because J-Lo, this is her 5th occurrence, right? We don't know what transpired, we don't know what happened, but at the end of the day, J-Lo is the type of person, man, that needs constant adoration, because she gets it from the fans, she gets it from everybody else. Quite frankly, the best relationship that I saw from J-Lo was when she was with Diddy, but that was the toxic one. I mean, I think Diddy was the only one that can kind of hold her ass down, but because she thinks she's such a fucking alpha, she needs somebody that's going to compliment her. And Alex Rodriguez, even though he was high value, he was always smiling, doing dumb shit. That's why she kind of got turned off by him, bro. Mm-hmm. So high value will not secure anything but your livelihood. It's going to guarantee you some pussy, but it's not going to guarantee you anything of substance unless you know what the fuck you're doing. So high value is just one part of the component. Masculinity is the other.
Yeah. And what's funny is that she's going to be in this boat that a lot of women are getting into these days, and it's like it's even going to happen to J-Lo, right? And I'm talking to a lot of women now on Clubhouse. I'm in a lot of these relationship rooms, and a common theme is successful woman, early to mid 40s. She's still sexy for her age, but she ain't looking like she was 25, right?
Right.
And she's got a great career. Or fuck, I met this one lady. She's totally fucking retired at 43 years old.
Ooh,
And because
nice.
she did it smart in the sense that she started investing when she was 20, right? So it made really smart investments, and now it's like, boom, she works for fun at this point,
right?
Because so she's not bored, but and so she looks pretty good. She's got a lot of money. She's well educated. Okay, she's got a master's degree. Can't find a date, right? She's around all these successful dudes, but none of them are interested in her because they see her as an equal. They're like, this is just there's just another dude, right? And I want the younger model. I want not model like fashion model, but I want like the younger version. I want a young woman who's got the energy and the spunk and the body and the playfulness and the virility to possibly have children with me. I don't want some geriatric pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? I want a young woman who can deal with the pregnancy and run around and play with them kids when they're growing up. Okay. And what's just funny is that like she's an icon, right? That cannot be denied.
Sure.
And she's done a lot, I think, for a lot of young girls who are just like, aspire to be something more than just what they are. And it's like, that's cool. Like, I'm sure a lot of young singers were inspired by her. But you would never think someone as influential, as gorgeous, as rich and talented as her is now going to be in the same bracket as that lady. There's going to be a bunch of dudes still trying to scramble up that mountain that she's put herself up on. But there's no Thanos going to come up on there. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to.
I know Afi wanted to chime in. What's good?
I want to open up a sidebar for us to unpack too.
Yeah.
Guys got to understand, some women are runaway brides. They're women that's their care. It don't matter what you do. Once it gets close, once it gets, they're out, and it'll drive you crazy. Like, what the fuck? No, they done it to a lot of guys, bro. Like Black Widows. They don't make movies like this shit. It's based on reality. Like, it's a real thing.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely a factor. I'm sure.
Hit the super chat. We'll just be having a whole discussion.
That's Afi said something very important. Afi Kingdom just said you have to understand that some women, there's a large sector of women who are runaway brides, and that kind of goes hand in hand with the fact that women want the wedding, but they don't want the marriage. The wedding is the party, the nice gown, the money, the pedestalization of who they are.
Yes,
but the marriage is the commitment, sharing of the bills, riding with me through adversity. A lot of women don't want to do that. So the responsibility of maintaining a relationship. They rather maintain a relationship with themselves, their kids, from somebody else, their friends, their horoscope, their gym. So the bottom line is this. Love, to me, quite frankly, at 47, I truly believe love, for the most part, is opportunistic, especially when it comes from a woman. If you understand that and you embrace it and you love yourself and you fill those voids that she cannot fully do for you, you're going to be fine. But you have to go into it realistically. Like, you have to understand, if you're going into a long-term relationship, the number one thing that you cannot do is lose yourself. Compromise, you have to earn my compromise. I know there's some men out here that think that compromise, they hate that word. That's fine. But I can compromise with somebody kind of like, because I know I can compromise with them because I know what's going on. It's kind of like a lot of people think that because I'm respectful, I can't be disrespectful. So at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you realize that the love that you have has to fulfill the love that she cannot give you. And you'll be okay. You give her an assignment. You make sure that she is being who you need her to be, and you reward her for that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real quick. I mean, if you guys have a question with this, you know what I'm saying, you gotta make some colors ring, man.
Super chat word.
This a conversation that every question can't be addressed, but I address this one because it's the easy one. Do you think a man could get J-Lo to be submissive? See, this is the thing, bro, and that's why I want to address this question. See, we're in the realm where that's the popular shit to say.
Right.
Every man does. Everybody is not. There's plenty of guys who are married and happy, and their wife is not submissive, but they cute and they laugh at the. It's that's not the requirement for every guy. It just sounds like that because we're in this space. You see what I'm saying? So whether a man can't, it really don't matter because I put it like this. She can find a guy and they can be happy and shit, but that doesn't mean she's being submissive to him. Like that may not be that dynamic. She may be the dominant one, and it may work for him because he might have other hoes and shit, but that's his status one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah, you know that's a Dangerous. We appreciate the question, man, and make sure y'all get the likes up. Make sure you guys participate and ask questions. But I think, no disrespect to Dangerous, but that question kind of reveals a lot. And hopefully this is just something that you just putting out there.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but J-Lo being submissive is irrelevant. You know what I mean? Because J-Lo is just a normal person, bro. J-Lo shits, bleeds. She, you know, her shit stinks. She's not perfect. She's an icon, but that doesn't exclude her from the rules that are required and are set forth by the man that she's with. See, you got to understand, J-Lo's always the one choosing. Men are not vetting her and they're not selecting her because they're looking at her status and shit and her hard work. But she's a fucking headache. I remember I used to be with chicks, bro. Fine chicks. And niggas used to be like, yo, you broke up with her? Why? Why'd you break up with her? And I would look at these dudes like, yo, like a Holly Berry, like all these bros, they're all hot, but they're all single. They're on husband number 4, husband number 5. We talk about the baddies and what headaches they are. And you realize the baddies are not worth the energy that you're putting into them because, again, they're entitled, they're bad in bed, they have a lot of mileage on their box, and they're not willing to do anything for you because they have 10 other dudes willing to do it. So at the end of the day, if you want to have a long-term relationship, you want to get married, you have to make sure that you get with somebody that not only believes in you and supports you, but is a compliment to you, not somebody who's going to want to compete with you. Justin says something important. The woman that he met, the men don't want to fuck with her because she's an equal. I don't need an equal. You know what I'm saying? Because I need somebody who's going to help me grow. And through that, I'll bring her up. And not somebody that's beneath me, but somebody who doesn't share my same strengths, share different strengths to me so we can grow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to address the first question. And, Danger Russ, we're not getting on you, man. But
no doubt.
I wanted to just address how the question was worded, right? So it was like, do you think a man could get J-Lo to be submissive, right? That implies he's trying to get something from her. The real question is, can J-Lo be submissive to get a man? Can J-Lo be submissive to get a man? That's how the question should be worded. Not can a man get her to do something? No, men don't get women to do things, right? It's who they are. And if a woman sees that and finds value in it, her vibe will sync with his vibe. End of story. He doesn't do anything to her, period. He is just him. He is. And she can go, okay, I am too. And that's it. He's not like, you gotta yeah, of course there's gonna be little rules here and there, but those are just rules. Those are the fine details at the top of the pyramid. You know what I'm saying? Like how you run your home. When she comes over, it's like, hey, we don't wear shoes in the house. The second, we're Japanese style. So the minute you come home, you take off your shoes. That sort of stuff. Those sort of things, yeah, you're gonna have to tell her what to do. But as far as how she treats you, right, that all just comes from who you are. And if she feels you, she's going to fall right into that without any instruction. It's going to be real easy. It's real easy. But it's only easy if you're not if you're not fronting, if you're not a fucking poser. That's if you're trying to pose, you're trying to be, a wolf in sheep in wolf's clothing, it's not going to work out. It's definitely not going to work out, bro. She's going to see you for the idiot you are, and she's going to be embarrassed after a while and dump your ass, and she's going to feel embarrassed and ashamed, and she's going to be pissed off at you. Complain to her mom that she got fucking fooled again, and all these men ain't shit, right? Because of dudes who are trying to trick women and fool them just so they could get some ass. And it's like, come on, dudes, like, get your shit together. Get your heads together, fellas. And it will be so much easier. Just take a little time,
Right.
Shout out to Mac the Gamer, said listening here on the subway in Tokyo.
Peace.
Hell yeah, there we go.
Worldwide, baby.
Man, I would love to. I really want to go to Tokyo.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Japan. I want to see all that crazy like street fashion. I've seen like some magazines.
All the lights and shit. Yeah, that's on my list too.
No, I'm saying like those kids, man, they go crazy with their fashion. It's just like they just say, fuck everything. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. And it's just, but it's like with style, it's not messy.
Right.
It's just off the wall. And there's some really tricky like street style out there. I love it.
That's what's cool too, because Afi always promotes travel, you know what I mean, and Tokyo. I mean, I know he's got a thing for Asian chicks and shit, but it's very important for men to travel. To side note, very important to travel because again, most men in the US are looking at westernized women as the prototype, as all that they can qualify for. And when I'm not promoting going to another country and getting hookers, because even though I've done that shit, but I'm not saying to solely do that shit. What I'm saying is go out, go travel when you can, or even go within the United States, man. See different people, because a lot of time we're stuck on YouTube. We're looking at girls that are on panels, and you're looking at that sector of women, and they talking all this shit on camera. But everything is gonna vary, bro. Remember, the only thing that men can do, quite frankly, man. And again, I'm old school, right? And I believe in the old school game. But frankly, the old school game doesn't apply to the majority of what's going on right now. What guys have to do is really just focus on themselves. Try to become the best you can. And you could have money, you could have a nice body, you can have a nice car, and they're still not looking at you. They're still not looking at you, bro. I could be a good-looking dude. They're still not looking at me, because if my credentials don't match my aesthetics, it doesn't matter. So men have to focus on becoming who they are, whoever they want to be, and be that best person. And then they'll attract the person that's going to best fit for them. Stop chasing and start being, and then it'll come to you.
Yeah. And even that internal criteria, you know what I mean? Because there's guys, that still get played out, and they have their externals in line, but their internals are out of fucking alignment, like a chiropractor, you know what I mean? And so they get the attention from women, they get some time with women, they get used, and you see them all like out of these pretty girls on their yacht and things like that, but none of them are actually staying or like fighting to stay, right? Because it's like they got a few guys that are like that in their roster that they could, I'm going to this place now. And so after they get back from being on the yacht, they get flown out to this place. You know what I mean? And it's like none of these dudes they have enough to gain attention and a bit of time from women, but none of them are fighting to stay there, right? Because they don't see any rarity in him. They're not seeing any uniqueness, saying he's just another decent looking rich dude with, with means and access. And it's just like, well, if you're talking to 10 guys like that, what's making them special? And that's kind of what men do on the flip side. It's like they're looking for women. They're surrounded by, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 beautiful women. They all have some skills, things they can bring to the table, but he's looking and vetting and saying, okay, which one of you actually stands out? Because at a glance, you all kind of look the same, and he just has to dig. He has to dig inside them and see where they're at with things that actually matter, right? and you know, it's a long vetting process, but like that's just, guys are doing the same thing.
You know, Afi said something. Afi and I did a show the other day, a while back, and he said something very important. What I'd like you to unpack in regards to this topic, Afi. You said that you're not looking for an equal, you're looking for a helpmeet. You're looking for a helpmeet. And people may hear that at first and be like, oh, he's so arrogant. But it's not, I don't think it was coming from an arrogant place. I think it was coming from a place of self-awareness and where you're going. You're a man that knows where he's going, and you're not here to waste a woman's time or have her waste your time by having false expectations. So can you elaborate on that in regards to the topic about niggas who want to get married or long-term relationships and shit like that?
I'm really glad you brought that up. Let me just read this real quick. Viking says, my girl always knew my value, but I didn't know my own. Now that I know my own, she dreams of my goals and does whatever I asked her. Good stuff. So
that's great. It's good to hear, man.
So what AV was saying is true. And I'm glad that he brought that up, because it's all about knowing yourself, right? I know what I need in my life, and I know what makes me happy. And why do I have to say what sounds good to appease other people when that don't make me happy? Makes no sense. So it's not like, oh, I'm this king and I need a helpmate. No, I need a helpmate. I don't need to. Some guys, they take pride. Oh, let me out alpha my girl this weekend. I ain't got time for that shit. I need somebody who was here to help me, and that's not their job, but kind of their job. Like, but the thing is, the most important thing, AV, is I've had it before, so I know what this is not a wish behind a dream. I had it before, but when I had it, that wasn't I didn't want it then. Right. So I was getting offered some shit that I didn't want. You know what I'm saying? You know, because it's like, shit, I'm trying to be a player. I don't give a fuck about you helping me out in life. You trying to fuck new hoes. So it was different then. Now I'm at a more chill spot, and I don't need to be battling I got to check you and doing this. I need someone who, see, there's different types of chicks, and guys need to understand that, because some women, their purpose is to be someone's helpmate. I mean, they're looking for a man to latch on to. So it's not that, oh, I'm so alpha and I got to train her to be like. It's women that are like that, but just haven't found the right man to unveil that feature to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Right. Facts. Yo, you said something critical, bro. There's a lot of women out there that are dying to take care of a real man. They are dying to be part of your dynasty. But the problem is, men are leading these women astray because they subscribe to everybody's fucking channel. They following everybody's Twitter and Instagram, so they're just confused. So as a result of that, and the byproduct of men being confused and not leading women properly, now you got a woman who is already innately confused. You making her more confused. So Afi says something very important, man. There's different type of chicks. There's chicks that want you to help them. There's chicks that want to be pedestalized, and there's chicks that want to be a woman. But if you don't know how to reward her and make her feel like a woman, you're gonna fail. My bad, Fee. Go ahead.
Look, just not because I gotta get it off. Why don't you guys use your brains? Okay, so some of you guys take pride in saving women. So you're supposed to understand.
Can't save them.
You look at a girl, you like her, you want to be with her, and you want to show her a better life. No, guys, it works both ways too. That's not just a fantasy that's set for a man. There are women that are like my king. They like that vibe. Like Conan. You seen Conan the Barbarian? Right? The girl is a fucking warrior. She can chop people up, do all this shit. But she still knew Conan was king, though.
Yep.
She didn't. She could do all of this shit too.
Yep.
Saucy stab, but she still knew he was the man, and she was
that's
cool
right.
with it. And that's why when she died, he was like, "You see, do you see the power of submission?" Because remember he was fucking chicks. But when she died, he was like, "Nah, fuck that. We bringing her ass back to life. We gonna see what we gonna do."
Yep, he did. He went to the wizard and brought her back.
See, That's the power of submission. You die, and we like, fuck that. I had enough of the streets. We gonna bring that one back up.
Hey, do you guys? All right, so great white sharks, right? You'll know how this is for anybody to listen though. You know how great white sharks clean their teeth because I mean they don't have lips, they don't have floss, right? I mean they just have teeth. They don't even have tongues, so they rip into the flesh of an animal. And they just chomp it up and then swallow it in big chunks. But their teeth are like, if you ever seen a shark's tooth, it's not just smooth like our teeth. The edges of them have jagged, like serrated edges all down the sides of the teeth, and they have rows of them, so they go inside their mouth in rows. So they got tons of means of just getting caught up with food. The great white and many other sharks, they have this fish called the cleaner wrasse, WRASSE. And it's a small fish that lives with the shark. Okay. And what it does is after it eats, it swims inside its mouth.
Stop.
Meal eats the meat that's stuck in its teeth. Okay. Thus helping the shark out, but also providing its own livelihood. Okay. So it's the synergistic relationship that they have. And it's just this little guy, and it's just like, all right, I'm going to do my thing, you do your thing, and we benefit each other by playing to our strengths, right? And it's this perfect, it's a seamless, perfect synergistic relationship.
That's fucking education. That's awesome. I love Shark Week, by the way, when that shit comes out. But you said something very important, Justin. A relationship that works hand in hand with each other. Mm-hmm. I think it's very important, man, for men to realize, and this goes for relationship, business, be valuable. Go where you're celebrated. That's often said a lot. Go where you're celebrated. Go where you're valuable. Go where your strength is appreciated. Focus on your strength. Because again, Justin said something about a fish, a particular fish that's like a human floss, that flosses the shark's teeth while making their own livelihood work for them. If you want to be in a long-term relationship, you have to identify what's going to work for you. We touched on briefly about entrepreneurship, how monotonous it can be and is required to be for it to be successful. Successful relationships require monotony as well, bro. Let's not get it twisted. Monotony in the sense where there's a very structured work week, I guess, if you will, and there are intermittent rewards, vacations, family vacations, dinner, date night, etc. Those are the things that are required. But if you don't follow that script, right, and that focus and discipline, which should be led by a man, because men are more logical and more disciplined, you can have those rewards are that much better. But if you follow a woman's whim who is glued to Instagram, glued to social media, glued to movies, seeing all these different pictures of bitches on yachts and shit doing things, she's gonna indirectly hold you accountable to try to achieve something that's not necessarily realistic. You could take a broad out, or if you can't, she'll go on a girl's trip. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, when you're vetting a woman, even if you're high value, even if you're an actor, a ball player, you have to find somebody that's going to compliment you. Yeah. Someone that's going to embrace monotony, someone that gets a thrill out of helping you succeed, someone who gets a thrill out of watching movies and cuddling on the couch. That's wifey material. Now, if you got game, you can make that broad your whore, your slut. You can have fun times at the crib and go out occasionally, but you can't pick a girl who's on OnlyFans, pick a bro who's on Fresh and Fit, and think that broad is going to get with you because of the shit that you heard them say the night before, bro. It doesn't work. And even if you high value takes time. It's not something that you inherit. I know a lot of dudes that got money and they're fucking corny as fuck, bro. They're just getting finessed. Let's not get it fucked up. These dudes are dorks, bro, respectfully. And I don't have a problem with it. But what I'm saying is they can have the nice car and all this shit. They don't even know how to dress properly. They don't, and the women are walking in front of them. They're doing all this shit. You don't see them on their social media. So at the end of the day, man, you have to find a relationship that's going to be complementary to you. And the way that you do that first is by finding who you are, being masculine about it, and sticking to your script. So that way, whoever comes in your life has to follow the routine.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say 2 or 3 things. They real quick ones too.
Let's
First
go.
off, shout out to Beautiful Animated. I see you in here. Shout
Hey,
out to
beautiful.
Hazel Eyes. I see you in here. Shout out
Hey,
to
Hazel.
Damon. Shout out to Joe Blast. And I'm coming down because
Peace.
somebody caught my attention. Shout out to Deja Russ. Shout out to Tisha. Good to see you, baby.
What's up, Tish?
And I see this. Who are you and where have you been? Are you trolling?
I also want to say what's up to Danger Russ, because he has a great clarity statement there. He says not monotony, consistency toward the goal. And I know, AV, you said monotony, and I knew what you were saying, and perhaps used the improper word at that moment, but you were getting at having that consistency of, like, if you look at this month, it's going to look similar to last month in the sense of we're building, and you can't build without laying bricks, and bricks look the same.
Foundational, right?
Yeah, but yeah, because monotony, it has a connotation of boredom.
Gotcha.
And but I knew exactly what you were.
What I was saying. But
I knew exactly what you were getting at. But yeah, I just wanted to quick shout out to Danger Russ for restating that. Very good. But what's up with this open relationship is life?
I want to know if you trolling or infiltrating. Since you say women are attracted to power, spit some more bars in the chat, because if you spit some fire bars, that's an automatic interview for you. Because I want to talk to a woman who says this type of shit as her title in her name. I need to talk.
It could be a man.
I'm pointing to the avatar like y'all can see me and shit. I need to talk to a person who names themselves "Women Are Attracted to Powerful Men." I gotta hear how you are.
Like Afi, it could be a dude.
Facts,
right? I mean, I say the same thing. Women are attracted to powerful men.
Yeah, but the name your shit that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know. Like that would be a comment, not the name of which you're known for.
Your avatar and shit. Interesting. Yeah, it could be. Let's see. Keep spitting some bars. Let's see what's up. But open relationship is life. Open relationships, man, having side bitches, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of responsibility, man. You got to watch your words. You got to make sure you. It's.
No, I ain't bugging.
I don't know. I don't know. I like to just use my name. I don't know if I'm powerful. I'm powerful in my own life, but there's degrees to power. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's say he was alive, right? Genghis Khan. People say, "Oh man, look at all the power that Elon Musk has, right?" And or like, look at all the power that the Russian president, Bill Gates, and it's like, put them in front of fucking Genghis Khan, their power ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like power is relative, right? It's relative and it's not linear, right? It's like you could take somebody who say they got power in the streets, all right, and you bring them into Manhattan, go way the fuck uptown. Well, not way uptown, but like, deep Manhattan to like top level, high society shit. And they will not know what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You take somebody who's got high society power and you put them on a corner, deep in Brooklyn. Their power is nothing.
Yo, you said something very important that can kind of segue into this topic. Power, status, matching, being with somebody who has equal power, equal status. When you make money, a lot of dudes want to leave the hood. Understandable. But a lot of times what happens is when you look at Jlo and Arod initially, everyone's saying relationship goal. They want to aspire to be that because every Latina thinks she's Jlo. Right? So because she got a fat ass and shit, because she like hip hop, she thinks she Jlo, and she thinks that she's gonna get the Prince Charming, the Diddy's, the Alex Rodriguez's and shit. And guys like us who know what's going on will treat them accordingly. Not that they were rude, but we'll treat them accordingly. But they didn't get the fucking memo. There's a lot of times I've dealt with women, bro. And again, just me opening my mouth, not in a derogatory way, not in an arrogant way, it makes them feel some type of way because they truly believe that they are entitled to what I'm not giving them. And the reason why they didn't get it from me is because they haven't earned it. You have to understand, you have to have a earning system. You have to have a system. Like, let's say you eat clean for 6 days, you treat yourself on Sunday, you have a crazy meal. That's you rewarding yourself. Same thing with a woman. A woman has to give you some shit and do extra shit for you to reward her, to take her out to that fancy restaurant, to go out dancing. Because a lot of times women don't have anything to the table to bring to the table besides what they have. And that's not enough. So when you look at A-Rod and J-Lo, a lot of people say, damn, J-Lo's crazy, J-Lo's doing this. But J-Lo has always been like this.
Yeah,
so a lot of
she hasn't changed.
Yeah, she has not
90s.
changed. She hasn't changed since the 90s. So a lot of times, a lot of men's egos think that they could change her. And you can't change a woman. You shouldn't have to. Kind of like what the other dude said, can you make a woman submissive? As a man, you shouldn't make anybody do anything they don't want to do. Your aura should make them want to do it. Be submissive.
Right.
Fit in where they fit in with you.
Yeah, your vibe should make them comfortable enough that they want to get in on your program.
A lot of people
like
have a program.
joyfully want to get up on your program. Right.
That's what I'm saying.
But the comfort, it's all mixed in there because it's a mixture of like comfort and excitement of possibly losing you. So it's a mixture of stability and instability, excitement and comfort, right? And it's all mixed in there. But if there's no comfort at all and there's just excitement, yeah, that can lead to like, one night stands, things like that. But it's not going to be healthy. It's not going to be where she's around you and she's glowing up simply by being in your presence, right? And she's like, damn, I feel better when I hang out with you, right? And I want to spend more time with you because I don't feel like this around any other man. And it's like, but it's a mixture of shit. And if you're just comfort and there's no excitement, there's no little tinge of fear in there that you could be gone, right? And it's all comfortable, it's just too boring. It's like, I got it. Like, who wants to sit down and play a game of chess if you know you're going to win? You know what I'm saying?
Earlier, I said I had 3 things. I said 2. The third thing, it's a good and a bad thing, man.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to say it. I'm going to say it live because I'm talking and I'm listening as I'm talking, obviously. Mm-hmm. We're in this like red pill space. This ain't red pill stuff. This is like some grown man ass shit. Actually, if I was a kid like 17 trying to get pussy, I wouldn't even like this.
Turn this shit on. Let's watch a rerun of some other shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me rewatch the other shit.
Only cats that been through life get this type of conversation, bro.
Or are walking the plank, contemplating, going to the next level. Yo, Justice says something that triggered me. Not triggered me in a bad way, but ignited something. He said sometimes a woman's vibe, you want to try to be the vibe so a woman can feel this way solely with you. People need to understand when you get in bed with somebody, marriage, long-term relationship, business, you're not just getting in bed with them, you're getting in bed with their family, you're getting in bed with their baggage, all that shit. So you have to remember, bro, a lot of times if a woman comes from a toxic relationship, family, and you are her piece, you are her leader, you are guiding her, you are putting her up on game, she'll love you for that. The problem is with that, a lot of times family members will feel threatened by that and will try to interfere with your shit. So you have to, I guess what we're talking about when a woman is fed up and how you vet a woman, you have to make sure that you assess everything, her toxic friends, her family. You have to assess everything and see what their influence is on her. And is she an adult enough to keep your business out the street?
You got to see what her credit score is, man. That's a good, right? Because that's a sign of responsibility.
Fiscal responsibility. You look at her family, all that shit. If there's so many levels to this shit, man. But when a woman is fed up, a lot of time, most of these women are fed up for shit that they could have fixed, or if they put in the work, they could have fixed. But shit is so easy, They just quick to leave you and start over with somebody else with a clean slate. But we always talk about that a woman's reflection, her last relationship is a reflection of her, but she will never paint the accurate picture. She'll always say some other shit to kind of make it seem like the new suitor is lucky because she was battered and she was treated wrongly.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to say, shout out to Hazel Eyes with this comment. Afi, it's the one just below the one that you just put up.
It's highlighted right there.
But no, about a woman's femininity needs to make a man want to be around her. So that's the other side of it, right? And because there's a lot of women out there who they'll have that aggressive energy, right? It's got a frame up that's very much like a lot of men, and and then they'll what you're just talking about, like reframing stuff after the fact, AV, and they'll be like, oh well, guys don't want to be around me because, and they'll justify it in their own head so they don't face the reality that they're just fucking unattractive. And I don't mean visually, I mean just their energy, their presence. It's just unattractive. And instead of just getting very real with that self-audit, they're like, oh, they're intimidated by me. Fuck it. You think they're intimidated by you? What?
Don't.
No.
Please.
It's just easier to do something else, girl.
He can't handle a real woman. He couldn't handle me.
No,
like,
it's just
bitch,
it's just moving on in light of better options.
Bro, listen, man. Let me read this. Danger Russ said something. Alex has beautiful female options and money, so Jlo had to show her own merits as a woman, the good and bad, and meets his requirements. Dudes need to look past that fame or beauty and see her for real.
Nice.
Yeah, they got just caught up in the wrong shit.
Principal Bay.
The wrong mentalities.
Let's make sure y'all get the likes up. Let's make it a super chat party, man. We got a Thursday night show. You know what's crazy though? Yeah, you know what's crazy? A lot of these are hot words. You know what I mean? Like submissive, discernment, high value. These are all terms that we use in the sphere, but these are things that are not necessarily applied in real life. Women have to feel incentivized to submit to you. What does she get out of submitting to AV? I need you to submit to me. How do you do that? What do I get out of it? Not just dick, because she got 10 dicks in her DM. Now you're being instructed not to take her out on expensive dates. You're being instructed not to compliment her. So how on earth is a woman going to be submissive to you when you are being instructed to not do anything to compliment the woman? So the only thing that you can do as a man, if you were going to follow that lead, is to continue to evolve and become better. That means continue to network, focus on your vocabulary, your appearance, your mental health, and everything. So you can eventually, when you do come across a woman, she can see that you are not like the rest. Because all of us listening to this red pill shit, not us per se, and now it's becoming more mainstream. A lot of bitches are on this shit now. So a lot of bitches are like, oh, that's why he was acting like that, man. Fuck it. Let me go to the other nigga that don't know about this shit. So there's no rhyme and reason of what you're doing. If you're not authentic, bro, you're gonna become black pill and possibly MGTOW and have red pill rage because you're just listening to everything that everyone else is listening to too, and you're gonna fit.
And then they also just kind of forget to, and I would just add what you were saying to really learning more about that verbal emotional game. Like on top of that, because I was just in a room tonight on Clubhouse like earlier this evening, and it was about like shit. What was the name of the title? The room. It was like she does things with her ex that she doesn't do with you. I think the title was something along those lines. And it was funny because like I know a lot of guys like that with stories where they're like, yeah, I found this old videotape of my girl and she was like in a gangbang and she was doing all this crazy stuff. And then with me, it's like missionary twice a week and like doggy style once a month.
Hey, real quick, Justin.
And he's like, damn, like I saw this video and she was straight up like acted like a very experienced hoe, and he's like, where is that lady? Where is she? And it's just like, the honest truth is that you just don't bring it out of her, right? Women have, a lot of women, majority of women, unless they have like a severe amount of trauma, a lot of women have a capacity to go into places sexually and emotionally, like, and sensually, I'll say, because it's a mixture of like emotions and sex, but and sensually and energetically to places that they don't even know is their limit, right? They can go, they think they're like here, and then they can get with the right kind of person who knows what they're doing to tap in and make them go to places they never even knew existed. And it's like, that's the guy that, that the husband is like, oh shit, like, why did you do stuff with him? And it's because that dude, the husband or whatever, he can't tap in. He doesn't know how. He doesn't know how to access that G spot between their ears. And, and it's an art form. It's like, it's not something you're born with. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fellas, it's a skill like anything else. Like, nobody's born knowing how to do shit except breathe, piss, eat, and shit. That's it. Right? So it's like, everything else you learn. You can absolutely learn this shit. It's just take your time and fucking find somebody who can actually teach you this art form, right? Because you guys talk a lot about YouTube content creators, and there's just a lot of fools out there. There's a lot of fools who just want to take your money, want to take your time, and they'll set you back further, learning dumb shit that you think is gonna, or you spend all this money on stupid, what are those retreats? You know what I'm saying? Where they like get all these men together in a room, and they're all like cheering.
They're fucking chanting and shit.
Yeah,
mud wrestling and shit.
Yeah, and it's like, what the hell? And those things are expensive, bro. It's like 10 grand for a weekend to go hang out with, like, this like Pua extraordinaire, and they come back like all like emotionally jazzed up, but they have left with no skill, like no actual practical skills that they can practice and imbue into their being. And it's like, fuck. All right, if you want to really get a starting insight into how to arouse women, right? Go to the grocery store, or usually they're in pharmacies, okay? And buy a few of those stupid romance novels with Fabio on the cover. Do that shit and read them, right? These books are the highest selling genre of book all over the world. The only genre that's higher is the Bible, right? So that's there for a reason.
Stuff like that. You know that? I got roasted. That? I got roasted. People will see me reading that shit. They be laughing at me. I'd be like, shit, you the niggas are the ones stupid.
No, put a different cover on it, whatever. But I'm saying the point is like, fellas, read these books, because these stories exactly tap into all those thoughts, feelings, and imagination that women have about how they want to feel when they're with a man. And it's corny to us, but it's not to them. And you just take notes, mental notes, and just absorb it. And it's like, this guy, he's been with like thousands of women. And it's because he started reading these books as a kid. And he read like tons of them and just kept experimenting. He started reading that shit when he was like 7 years old, because it was the only shit in his house, And I'm just like, damn, his name's Steve. Not our Steve, but different Steve. I'm going to leave his last name out of it because, for professional reasons. But
sure.
And he's just been with so much women at this point. He's now going like into like a spiritual path. He's like, I'm off that plane now. And
that's usually the case.
He's like, I'm on this higher level, and he's getting into tantra and stuff like that. And
next level shit. There's levels. Shout out to Hazel Eyes though.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to take up so much mic time.
Good.
Shout out to Hazel Eyes for that super chat. If we in 1 hour, we gonna go another 30 minutes for show. But if y'all want to do a 2-hour show or something, y'all got
a super chat party,
bro. These cats is
up
shout out to
shit. Shout out to Tisha, yo, my bad with the mouse shit, yo. Justin said something important, man. Oh yeah, no doubt. Tonight I'm hearing accountability. Are you pushing yourself as a man? How does a woman add to your goals in life? No bitterness. Keep going. Yeah, something that I like to say a lot. Keep grinding. Keep grinding, because that's the only thing that you have control of. You don't have control of what she's gonna do, whether she's gonna stay or not. Keep grinding. A lot of times we talk about purpose. What's purpose? You ask somebody what's purpose, they don't know what purpose. They're gonna tell you working out, making money. They're not gonna tell you that working out is part of what you should be doing. Working as a grown man, you should be doing earning money. So that's not really a purpose. That's some shit you should be doing. Purpose is what you do above and beyond that. And then you have to understand what the purpose is for. A lot of times they talk about purpose for so you can have control of women, but that's not really rewarding after you've been with thousands of women. Just like Justin's boy said, now he's on some tantra shit. There's levels to some shit. I shared a story a while back. My nigga Big Rich Town, one of my niggas and shit, he was like, yo, we talk about it. He's an entrepreneur. You know, as y'all know, I still have a 9-to-5 during this transition. And, you know, he's an entrepreneur. He does his own thing. And there's levels. So I complained to him about wanting to be like him. And then he complains to me about wanting to be like somebody else on top of him. So there's levels to this. It takes work. You're not going to just put out some YouTube videos and shit, think you're going to pop. I'm a firm believer of that. I know that firsthand. You're not going to just say, okay, I'm the prize. I read the books. I took the courses. Now I'm going to bag this bitch. Now you got to put in the work. So at the end of the day, man, you know, when a woman is fed up, you have to take your responsibility and understand what you did to contribute to her being fed up. What could you have prevented, and how are you going to prevent this for the next time? Because a lot of men think lie on here and say that they don't want women. Women are for the streets. Yeah, but there's a lot of good women out there that are for the streets because they can't find a good man.
I bet you anything those guys who say that complain and say all these women are for the streets, if you put, I bet if you put a 7 in front of them and say, and she have her, and she's like, hey, you, let's go, they would be on them like fucking white on rice.
Listen to me. You know, shout out to Fresh.
They can't get women. That's why they're saying they can't get girls. That's why they're saying that shit.
Check this out. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. They do a Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit. I know everybody knows who they are. They do a Fresh and Fit after hours with with women, 3 to 4 women at a time. These are accurate, bro. They're not paying. I don't know how they get them on there, but these are an accurate assessment of women in Miami, B. They just think that they can't articulate words. They're not bright. They're not even hot.
Can't articulate words.
They can't enunciate words. Have you heard them? And I know they get lit. They drink and shit on the set, all that shit. But what I'm saying is these are women that really believe that they are entitled to the ball players, to the guys that are high value. And that's not the case. And men who are beneath, who fit in the majority, are still trying to get those women. So
hey, ball players aren't high value. Ball players aren't high value.
It's all relative.
Some of them are. Some of them are, right? But you know, we've seen the stories where this football player, millionaire, he bought a fucking mansion for every family member in his house or in his family, and then she just gets played out by his wife, you know. And she's got him in divorce court. She's like, well, what's your reason? I'm just not happy anymore.
Let me. I would like us all to unpack this. And you too, Alfie.
Boy, you know that's my favorite guy, man. Rocky IV, my favorite movie, bro. I like that.
Yo, my favorite scene in the Ferrari and shit. There's no easy way out. You already know. But check this.
Dolph Lundgren.
He said, "Make money."
I'm start singing it soon. If I hear the title, don't say no more Rocky title.
Don't play. Make money. Make muscles. Learn game. Yo, check it. Let me share. Not a story, but whatever. Back in the day, niggas, I had a physique and shit. I do. You know, wintertime you gain weight and shit. Summertime's coming up. Oh shit, I'm that douchebag and shit that has the gallon of water. I'm shirt, no shirt Fridays and shit. I got my shirt off. I had never had a shirt on. Fine, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't able to go out on dates and eat properly. I wasn't able to drink and have fun. I was just so focused on my aesthetics, thinking that I was going to, you know, just get bitches. And I did in the summertime, but I lost a very important thing in myself, which is enjoying life. Enjoying like that work-life balance. You know, I used to interview people, or when I used to go to jobs and shit, they would ask me questions and shit, and they would say, "What's your biggest flaw?" And I would always say, this was my go-to line. I would say work-life balance, because when I immerse myself into something, I give it my 110%, and my work-life balance tends to fade. So that's me telling them that I'm immersing myself. But at the end of the day, if you don't have any balance in your life, you don't structure your life, you don't balance out your girl doesn't balance you out, I promise you, you're gonna live an unfulfilled life. You're gonna be reliant on drugs, alcohol, stimulants that are always gonna try to get you to the next level, and you'll always be empty inside. Take it from an OG, bro, because at the end of the day, all these dudes that are popping, I was there. I lost it all. Bad decisions, just no guidance, because I thought I was always gonna be popping. You can always lose it. All these channels can be taken down like this. Quick.
Yep.
And then what? Oh shit, what the fuck? So at the end of the day, practice what you're hearing and see if it works. The sooner you realize it's not going to work for you, you're going to get steered to a channel and a person that can relate to you, kind of like an A.V or a Justin, that can give you some real shit that can sustain you, whether it's sunny or it's raining outside.
Yep.
Here's some real life game. Here's a real life game. Learn a trade.
Facts.
Young dudes, go learn a trade. I don't care if it's
technical school. Facts.
Yes. Technical school, learn how to weld, learn how to fix cars, learn how to build plumbing, learn how to learn how to lay home construction, anything, right? Any kind of trade that
skill
requires your hands to make some shit. And these things are not currently mass produced by machines, right? They don't have machines coming in to lay plumbing in a house. They're not machines laying up electricity. They don't have machines doing lumber. Well, they do to a certain degree, air conditioning, building furniture, like quality furniture. Like I learned stained glass, right? So I know how to build stained glass windows.
Right.
So it's really good, young dudes, to go out there and learn a trade. If you don't know which, just go to, find a mentor to teach you a certain trade. That's what I had to do, because there's no school for learning how to do stained glass windows. So I found a mentor to teach me. And if you don't have that, find a technical college and just get a quick knowledge base and then do what you want to do. And if that gets fucked up, you can fall back on that trade.
That's a good point. I got a question for Afi. What would you tell the guys, your audience that's listening, when a woman is fed up? There's that song R. Kelly said, "When a woman's fed up, there's nothing you could do about it." Is there something that a man can do about it when he realizes a woman is fed up? Is there something he can do about it, bro? What say you on that? And I know how you're going to answer, but go ahead. Water it down.
What's going on, Tim? I like Dangerous. He got some good copy. I'm going to answer. He said, your 30s too late. 30s, you figure out how much you don't know about all of it.
Bro, 47. Don't get it twisted.
Right, bro, with your commentary. That's facts.
Peace, Danger.
Yep.
I'm going to say no.
It's not too
marriage,
late.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage, yes. And if you have, because you have something that's keeping y'all together, and you can work on the relationship as that thing is keeping you together. If you guys don't have attachments, no. Because love isn't an attachment. You guys tend to think love is an attachment. Love is an emotion. Love is not an attachment. Love does not bond you two together. That's not an attachment. That's a feeling. So if you're married, it's like shit. Y'all fucking bond. What's gonna work? Do we got to go through all this divorce shit, or is it worth it to put the same in it so we can work? Or if we got kids, you know what? But it takes a real leader type man to bring it back. He has to bring her to and set her to the side and like, look, fuck what you talking about. I still love you, whatever, and this is the new shit. Can you roll with this? She may say no, but the man has to pull it to the side and be like, hey, because dudes do change, and a lot of times it takes dudes to feel a loss to change. The dudes, they not gonna change because you're bugging them and shit. They're not gonna change because you're like, stop doing this, stop doing that. You gotta make him want, and sometimes leaving will make him want it, and he'll be like, damn, you know what? All these other hoes wasn't worth losing you for. See, he can keep the other hoes and you. Why is he choosing if he can have both?
Mm-hmm.
But if he's put in a position to choose, he may give you what you say you want.
Ghost game. Yo, listen to listen what he said. Hold on, let's go to beautiful animated. I say no. If they had a conversation about the issues beforehand and he ignored that chance to fix the issues. Oh, there's a lot to unpack here. Let me just unpack because I'm old. I'm gonna forget. Afi said some shit.
People break up for a lot of reasons. People always look at it like infidelity is the number. If that's not always it, it's not always she cheated on me. Should I take her back? Like, it's not always that kind of shit. Sometimes people think they're cool and then they're not compatible. It's not always so it can, because it depends on what the fed up shit is. If she fed up and so it's not clean no more, well then you start getting a maid and you know then that eliminates the problem.
And I knew Afi was gonna answer like that because he's so deep. But check this, yo. Afi says something so important. Holy shit. Ghost game. Yo, Afi said peace 1950. Afi said love
hey, what's up, Akeem?
is a feeling. It is not an obligation. Love is not gonna keep you together. Bro, I still have love for a broad I'm not with. That I cut off. So I could still love you and not be with you, bro. So at the end of the day, Afi said love will not keep you together. All right, that's very important. That's number one. Number two, Afi said it depends. Is it worth it? Is it too late? Is it going to be worth the hassle to break up? Is it worth revisiting and looking into? So be valuable, man. You just because we say you're the prize doesn't mean that you're the prize. You have to make sure that you identify what the prize is going to be and make it that, and then inform the person. Like when you're looking for a job, you look at the job requirements, you look at the job, the company. You want to say, okay, this is why I want to go here. That's how women are looking at you. Whether it's your social media, how you carry yourself, how you moving, women are trying to say, okay, do I want to fuck with this dude? Because there's like 8 other dudes that are like him. So at the end of the day, love will not love. They say love should have brought your ass home last night, but love is not enough. You got to make sure that you and her are complementing each other to make the relationship grow into something that can be bigger than when you first started out with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of times you cats, dangerous. You came in here. I don't even know you. And you come in here on fire with all the stuff.
Word.
On fire. You talk a lot of cool shit, but a lot of dudes cling to whack relationships because they're emotional cut up. You come to my show every morning. I like you. You come. You stick around. Whoever content you watch, stop watching that shit because you got high level awareness. You just need to watch me and that's it. Me and my friend.
Everybody he got on this shit is popping. Don't get it twisted.
Beautifully animated has a comment here, and that's the mindset that I am coming to this with. She says, I don't want to be pushed to the point of being fed up. It means you didn't take it seriously when it wasn't major. I don't like being tired. So the original thing was when a woman's fed up, right? And that just wording, just having that wording is off to me, because that means you have in one way lost the frame. Like that to me says like the frame has changed, that she has now taken charge of the relationship, right? It's like fed up. Like I don't know, it doesn't seem right to like, because it's like you're switching to like her rules or some shit like that. And to the point of being fed up, like, yeah, you've definitely taken things way too far. Like that's either her having a problem with your program and not saying anything about it and not saying, hey, you know what? This isn't for me. And then stepping off, right? Or the program is no, I mean, I think that's it. Where she's being fed up, or you're falling on your ass. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you are ignoring yourself, right? Because it's like if you're not ignoring yourself, you're staying on top of your responsibilities. You're working on all the things that you need to be working on. What's there to be fed up about?
You know, yeah, that's a very good point, Justin. You know, a lot of women, in my experience, and I'm thinking that you guys probably will agree, a lot of women just want you to get it. They're passive aggressive. The majority of women are passive aggressive, and they want you. They'll drop a clue, get pissed about it, get over it, and then mark it in their diary and just add points and say, okay, you should have known.
Mm-hmm.
We say this word a lot in the manosphere and amongst each other, discernment. How do you achieve discernment? The only way you achieve discernment is through trial and error. So a lot of times, Afi and I talk. Listen, we 3 to 5 steps ahead of the game. YouTube, life, we ahead of it, right? The problem is sometimes this message isn't resonating with a lot of people because they're right there. They're not ahead of it. So it's a little bit advanced classes for them. So it takes some time to process and they'll catch up eventually. But at the end of the day, beautifully animated, a lot of women can't communicate. They assume that men are supposed to understand their behavior. But if you don't communicate, Justin said something very important a while back when he was on a panel. He said a partner of his said, yo, you got to get more lube or I'm a little sore, some shit like that. Justin said, yo, but you got to communicate with me. Yep. I'm not a mind reader. So if you holding us accountable, beautiful animated, about being to the point, pushing you to the point where we fed up, you should have communicated a little bit better. And if I have discernment and you did not communicate, I'm going to leave that relationship comfortably because I did what I could because I was open and willing to hear what you had to say, but you ain't say it. She don't do clues. There you go.
Yeah, she's straight up like Jack Daniels.
Hold on. And
let's go, Fee.
This is the thing. This is for the ladies. You think that telling a man what your problem is communicating? No, you're bitching at him. When you communicate with a man that something is going on with you, you need to be solution based. It's like you feel like you just could. You tell the man everything that you don't like and never tell him nothing that you do like. Right? Mm-hmm. So that's not effective communication. You're talking just to. It's like not you, but just period. Like I let him know, yeah, but what kind of solution did you? The man doesn't have to provide the solution all the fucking time because the man ain't got the problem. You do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then
if at that point, I'm gonna give you the solution too.
And at that point, Fee, no, to piggyback on what you just said, this ain't Kevin Samuel's show, right? So you call in, you telling us, yo. I ain't tired of that shit. If Kevin was on here, he would have been like, yo, but that's not the point. It's accountability. You want to hold us accountable, but women need to make sure that they are very clear about what their expectations are. And then if it works for me and you've earned it for me to kind of conform to that, I'll do that. But a lot of guys will rely solely on what a woman is not, what is saying versus what she's not saying. And the only way you can listen to what she is not saying is if you have discernment. The only way you have discernment is if you have experience. No theory, all game. Get off YouTube. Unsubscribe to everybody. See how you manage in the real world. And then periodically go back and subscribe. See how you function. Because if YouTube shut down right now, a lot of you guys would not know what to do with yourselves.
It's going to panic mode.
Let me say this. Let me say this too, and I'm gonna just give you a prime example because y'all press fire sign in your chat because I know everybody can relate to this. Shout out to RPC. I see you, brother. I see
you, my G.
Look, so a woman, right? She can hit it off like this. And I've heard this before. I've been through it and heard it too. Like, oh, you spend all your time with your friends. You might as well fuck your friends. That type of vibe.
Oh God.
No, see, you say shit like that, and then you'll get on here and be like, I told him. No, that's not effective communication. Though all you gotta do is make him want to be with you. That's it. Mm-hmm. So you think, oh, if I keep bitching about it, he's gonna stay his ass home. Even if he do stay his ass home, he's gonna be mad the whole time. Mm-hmm. So if that's your man, you supposed to know the type of shit he like. Make his life at home.
Yep. Yeah. Like pump yourself up. Don't spend time and energy pushing down who your perceived enemies are. Right? They're both with the same goal in mind, but they're different tactics. Right? So instead of insulting everyone who you're competing with, just pump yourself up. Right? It's easier and it's a lot more fun. Right? And like, I just wanted to quickly mention something, AV, that you have mentioned that a lot of women have said that we've all heard. We just want men to get it.
Right.
Now, this is really, really important when they say this. What's that?
Facts.
I want women to get it.
Right. But I'm just saying, just check this out from this perspective.
And get that comment.
They often say, I just want men to get it. Mm-hmm. And I know what they're getting at, but this is indicative of a desire to be led. Right? Because if they got it, they would just get on that probe. They wouldn't have to say anything, right? They wouldn't have to drop hints. They wouldn't have to be passive aggressive. They wouldn't have to be, right? It's like all these little things to kind of weave him and guide him subtly into being the guy that she wishes he already was. Right. And if he already was that, she wouldn't have to do anything. She could just be in her feminine and follow him. And so it's like a lot of women say that. They've been saying that phrase, AV, for a long time. It's just indicative that they want to be led. It's just they want to be led by the right kind of dude.
And that's what we talked about earlier, my brother. Exactly. They want to be led by the right type of dude. And the thing is this, a lot of men and males are being led by people who are not necessarily leading themselves. They're really following their clout and their notoriety. But at the end of the day, man, in order for you to have an expectation on a woman, you have to have expectations on yourself. To be a leader, to be the prize, to be the man, to be high value, you have to have expectations on yourself, and you have to follow those expectations. If you don't do that, a woman's going to see right through you. Misha says, love is deeper than emotions. It's all the other attributes, characteristics, consistency, habits, etc. And Misha is a mature woman who understands. Misha gets it. And eventually these broads that are on these other podcasts, these young broads and shit, they will probably not get to what Misha is saying because they're living in a fantasy world. And a lot of men are still placating to women for something. The energy that most of these men are exerting to try to gain a woman on a lower level that doesn't have good credit, hasn't been through real life experiences, it's just an imbalance and a disservice to you as a man, bro. Because trust me, bro, I dodged a lot of bullets, bro. I dodged a lot of fucking bullets. And I'm relatively strong-minded, not stubborn, but strong-minded. I'm open, but I know what I know. And I dodged a lot of fucking bullets. And something didn't sit right with me. Now, for me, to be with me, it's a fun ride, but it's not an easy ride. And it's not an easy ride because I'm very particular and because I like things a certain way because I know what works for me. And that's true. And I don't do it in a condescending way. But the point I'm trying to say is this. A lot of men shouldn't beat a woman down. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to force it. It's kind of like dancing. Like when you dancing and shit and you could do it with one fucking finger. She's looking like a superstar. But if you try to do something too mechanic, it's not going to flow and she's going to feel bad about it.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, it's all about knowing who you are, what you look good in, what's best for you, and have somebody that's going to compliment you. It's kind of like when you see a lot of these dudes who take pictures, a lot of these dudes are leaning into the broad. They don't have a frame. They don't know their angles. You have to know yourself, bro. And then you can incorporate somebody to come in.
Know your angles in life, bro. That's a good
one.
Yeah.
Know your angles.
I wanted to say something about what Misha mentioned here, that she said love is deeper than just emotions. It's all the other attributes, characteristic, consistency, habits, etc. I would say that those are great things to love because that list, right? The other attributes, the attributes, characteristics, consistencies, habits, and so on and so on and so on, that those are already present in the man that you fall in love with, right? You fall in love with the fact that he's consistent with you. You fall in love with the fact that he's got fantastic attributes, fantastic characteristics, right? He's got healthy habits. Those are the things you fall in love with, but that isn't love, right?
I'm glad.
And so, but I'm not saying that love is just fleeting. I mean, shit, I don't even really know what love is, but I do know it's a function of the mind, right? Because I've never experienced love or heard of love being experienced without a mind. So it's definitely needed to, it's something having to do with your mind, right? So it's like a mixture of a lot of things probably, because we don't even know shit about the mind. We only use like fucking, what is it, like 7% of it? So I mean, I don't know what it is, but it is a function of our brain, right? With neurons, chemicals, and fucking memories and all this shit mixed together. But, it is what it is. But I'm just saying the things that are like what we love, those things are all going to be present in the dude already.
Absolutely. I got a question for Fee. So,
let me say this, because I Justin, I be forgetting shit when I be, because I know I forget.
Me too.
This is what I want to.
The old man gotta take notes.
This is the pair that I say. This is mind blowing. This is real shit. Because I want to like kind of just knock a narrative off the table. Because I know you guys be feeling like the one that I missed out on, the one that I never had.
The one that got away.
There's no such thing as that. Let me tell you why. You see, you are pushing off the way you felt about her and assuming she felt that same way about you. Okay? If like Misha said, the stuff like love, commitment, all of this stuff, we're fucking human beings. I have excellent qualities, but I can't hold them up every single day and feed them to you. You see, the people who are together for a long time, it's thick and thin. See, people always think thick and thin is just, oh, if you cheats, oh, if he goes broke, oh, if he's stressed. No, there's just shit that happens that if you fell in love with me because I'm always positive and shit like that, well, I might be at a fucking time in life where my fucking mom calls me some bullshit and I'm not that positive side, and then now your emotions fleeting because I changed. I didn't change. I'm just going through some shit. Two people have to be on the same page. It doesn't matter about love. It doesn't matter about chemistry. It don't matter about you two have to have the same goal. And that's it. If you two don't have the same goal, it don't matter if the sex is fucking good. It don't matter if she's hella bad. It don't matter if you're hella buff. It don't matter if you're fucking high status. It don't matter if you got 1, 2, or 3 houses. If you motherfuckers ain't on the same page, it's never gonna work. So sometimes you feel like it may be 5 years. Oh, it's working. No, it's year 7 shit gonna hit the fan. It may be 3 years in. Well, guess what? Year 9 gonna hit the fan. But it always hits the fan. Just because you're in situations for a long time, this still don't mean it's forever.
Mm-hmm. Big facts. Yo, you see these couples 20 years, 10 years. Oh, they broke up all of a sudden. It's not all of a sudden. It is a lack of communication on a daily basis, bro. Afi said something very important, bro. Afi said, yo, you got to understand, you got to be on the same page. You got to make sure you fighting for the same thing. The urgency is there. I know dudes that are fighting for their relationship, but their partners are not fighting the same fight. It's like they're the only ones putting the effort into fighting and conserving and preserving a relationship. And I talk to them. I'm like, yo, my nigga, yo, you sure? But you got to be very careful when you tell this truth shit. Afi and I talked offline and shit. I feel like I lost 3 friends this week. 3 friends because they just ghosted me. They just not talking to me anymore. Why? Because I'm talking the truth. Not in a condescending way, but indirectly. I'm talking about people that I know, my experiences, and just in general. But my point is, if you are fighting for something, your family, your girl, whatever, make sure she's fighting with you, not against you. If you're doing all the fighting, bro, you're going to lose. And then it's going to put you in a downward spiral. Fight for what you believe in for yourself. But if a woman is not fighting for you, not supporting your grind, but wants to reap the rewards of your grind, that's a fucking problem. Mm-hmm. And niggas know who I'm talking to, and it is what it is. Because I don't talk to niggas, girl. Yo, listen, hold up, my bad. I gotta say one more thing before I forget, Fee. My bad. I'm gonna forget. I don't need to meet nobody's girl, B. I don't need to meet your girl. I don't need to meet your wife. Because most of these girls, my niggas' girls, their wife, they don't like me. And that's cool. But at the end of the day, I'm that dude that's going to tell you directly or indirectly on this YouTube shit, yo, if she's not supporting you and fighting with you, she's fighting against you, bro. And you need to reassess that. And a lot of niggas can't handle it, but my door's always going to be open. Because I'm going to be here, B, because there's no judgment. But that's what it is, B. My bad.
No, I'm surprised y'all not acting. Are we listening to the same show? Are you guys not hearing these fire bars? Like, I'm confused.
Where the fuck are the super chats at?
Not even the super chats, even the comments. Like, the comments ain't matching the wisdom that's being spit right now. Like, this is some real fucking, bro. This is some real shit. Look, well, I'm gonna say one thing, because we talking about when the women fed up. This is a number one thing too. Women get fed up and they feel like they don't have to participate anymore. Mm-hmm. Okay, you fucked up. Now show me how much better you can do. No, you still supposed to be a good girlfriend and shit too while he's doing that. Don't just sit up and be like, oh, okay, yeah, you're not sorry enough. Not necessarily saying that, but that kind of vibe, like, since you fucked up, you have to prove it. No, that don't mean you can be a fucking asshole and shit. If you see I'm trying to put more effort, you feel me?
I gotta be careful. I gotta be real careful, my nigga. I'm not even gonna touch that. But I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Afi said something very important. Everybody fucks up. But if we fighting for a relationship and I fucked up, let's say, it doesn't mean that I have to repair everything solely, because you got to pay attention to the reason why I fucked up. A lot of times men tend to go out on their spouse or their girl. They do something stupid because something is lacking. I know a lot of women that are not doing what they should be doing and are expecting a man to act a certain way. And when the man veers to the left or veers to the right and gets caught out there, now the man has to go through this rigorous routine to try to conserve something that's been dead. It's been dead, bro. And at the end of the day, man, you can see it. Everybody sees it. Nobody talks about it. I'll never confront somebody and judge them how they're dealing with their relationship if I'm here for them. But at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding, man. You either gonna forgive and forget, or you just gonna dwell on it. But if your partner is not supporting you, man, and not putting in the energy, but wants 100% of the return of the energy that you're putting in, that's a motherfucking problem. And that's not somebody you want to devote your time to or wife up, bro. So in Alex Rodriguez's case, I think that he did it because he could. But I don't think Alex Rodriguez is hurt about it, bro. I think he did what he did, and he did what he did, and he just ran with it. But at the end of the day, nothing is forever. Things can last longer if you maintain it properly.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and that's has a lot to do with responsibility. Is teaching that responsibility and teaching that accountability. And that's part of being on your program, because you yourself have to be, as the man, as the leader, you have to be accountable to yourself. You have to be accountable to the principles and rules that you live by, right? You're accountable to your expectations of yourself. And this then teaches the people in your life. It teaches your woman, teaches your children, right? Your siblings, whatever, right? It teaches that this is a standard. And a lot of women, you know, they're growing up not really getting a good handle on handling their shit, right? In the sense of taking ownership. When you fuck up, raise your hand and, hey, I fucked up. Right? Well, it's just, but that's what happens when you get, like, you spend time with a man that is taught to you. You have, like, when you fuck, like, he's going to call you on your bullshit, because it's not part of bullshit is not part of any man's program that I know of. So he's going to call you on it in one way or another.
That's a good point. No, Afi, I know Afi. I want to go back to what you said, Justin, but I know Afi wanted to say something. Misha, shout out to the super chat. Afi, Alpha, Justin, another great live. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, yeah. I know you wanted to say something, my brother.
Yeah, go ahead. Just my thing is, Misha appreciate the information for the super chat, but you know why? Because she's an older professional chick,
mature, sophisticated woman. Yeah.
Right. She's like a businesswoman type chick. If she was one of those hot chicks, and she was on here listening, they would disagree with everything they say. But those women what they do don't match with what they say. Those kind of chicks, they don't, you know what I'm saying? So they be on there disagreeing, but a seasoned woman get it, who been through some shit and is older and who live life. Like a little 25-year-old, she'd be like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? It's all about they don't get it. So shout out to you. It's dangerous too.
Absolutely, man. You're a dangerous piece, my G. You might be a good man now. These dudes trying to make you a problem in the future. Women can be a part of it if they want or not. Keep going, fellas. I agree. Keep grinding. So at the end of the day, listen, for me, I'm not telling men that they should ignore women. When I say keep grinding, be on your purpose, it's not about ignoring your life. It's not about just working out and not having fun, or just working, all work and no play, because you have to balance out, because that makes you a well-rounded person, and that makes you somebody that's a little bit more attainable for a woman. Because a lot of times when we promote this alpha shit, it's intimidating for these women. Why? Because most women are insecure. We all know that. So if you come off too abrasive, too masculine, too stoic, redhead, meathead guy, you just Xing yourself out on a lot of opportunities. So it comes a thing called tact, right? You have to have tact. You have to know how to say some shit. You have to know how to speak to a woman. You have to know how to speak to another man. You can tell. I want everybody to pay attention. You can tell on how other men speak to one another.
Press one if you tell. Press one in the chat if you paying attention, and y'all over here jacking off. Y'all listening?
Yeah, stop jacking off. Use the other hand.
They got four up on one tab and then listening at the other tab. Y'all ain't
yeah. You got two hands for a fucking reason. Press one in the chat. Let's get the likes up. Pay attention. I want everybody to pay attention to how men speak to each other, how men don't talk over each other, how men let other people shine on a panel. Pay attention to how women behave amongst other men. That's energy. You can't fake that. We're not paying. Everything's off the dome. First take, boys. We're not trying to rehearse anything. But what I'm saying is this, and we talked about if a woman is fed up, J-Lo is divorced again. Fine. At the end of the day, nothing is permanent except your goals. Your goals, once they are achieved, you work on another goal. A lot of people don't want to see things through to the end to move on to the next thing. When they reach adversity, they want to go to the next goal, because this goal was too hard. Similar to relationships. A lot of relationships are not lasting or standing through the test of time because it's too easy to give up versus work through it. And you have to incentivize a woman to want to be with you by continuing to become better and not losing yourself, so that person can be inspired, or they can just get out of the relationship and save you some time. Because if we're jogging, I want somebody who's keeping up with me or passing me, so I can go past, so I can keep up with them. It's all give and take in relationships, man. Business, females, etc. You always have to be each other's motivation, but you always have to remember you have to be her motivation by being your own motivation.
Oh, see, I got some bars. That's actually a video title.
Yeah,
it's some bars, bro. A lot of times the cats have issues and shit because they want to be masculine, they want to be alpha, they want to be high value, but they don't have the experience to match the attitude.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You know, you can learn it all you want, bro. I'm an asshole because I've dealt with women and they don't give me no fucking problems, and I live life on my terms and I do whatever the fuck I want. That's why I'm an asshole. I'm not an asshole because it attracts women. No, it just happens that way. But that's not why I'm doing it. I just do what the fuck I want and I say what I want. You know,
this is why,
and that's how you are, right? And it's like everybody's gonna, if you just listen to yourself, right? It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. You're not maybe some dude, maybe Tim Satov there. Maybe he's not an asshole.
Around this bitch.
Maybe Tim's not an asshole when he's really on his own program, and it's okay. It's like we're not all cut from the same cloth, and that's the fucking point, right? There's a lot of narrative going on out there saying men are like, what the fuck, dude? Once you realize that you're the leader of your own existence, that means you're a fucking cloth all on your own. You're not cut from some bigger one. Go for it.
You're not off the rack. You're bespoke. I mean, you go to a fucking tailor, you get your shit tailored. Yo, check this out, bro.
Yep.
Check this out. Yo, this is why I disagree with receipts, bro. Receipts. You know, when Justin and I were around the same age, when we were growing up, we didn't have phones to take cameras and shit, social media. The receipts were verified if you were there. If you weren't there, you wasn't there. Here's the problem with receipts, bro. A lot of dudes say, I want to see receipts. I want to see receipts. But a receipt simply shows that that person can do it. A lot of times, a lot of these dudes on YouTube and shit are telling you that they're doing it. They're not showing you how to do it. Afi said something very important. High value, alpha. You are not equipped to be alpha. You ain't studied. It's like going to trying to take the bar exam and you ain't been to the classes or to the courses, or taking an SAT and you haven't been taking the curriculum to prepare you for the SAT. So at the end of the day, man, it's not about being alpha. It's not about being masculine or all that shit. It's about identifying who you are and expounding on that. Afi does shit a certain way. Justin does shit a certain way. I do shit a certain way. We could all go to a bar right now, talk to the same broad. She may not like me. She may prefer a guy with blue eyes. She may prefer a guy with fucking Biv 10 waves. Or she may prefer a dude that's bald. So at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you identify who you are, try it, and then start referring back to YouTube.
Or maybe she likes assholes like Afi.
Yeah.
And maybe you're just not an asshole.
They love
you know what I'm saying? Some women love guys who have a little bit
make my point right now even better. Just thank you for that. Now watch this. See, you have to know your environment. Even me, my environment is this. See, I do shows with different people. I know I'm with the older cast, right? So I'm long-winded, and then A.V can be long-winded, and it Justin is too. So sometimes we want to interrupt each other, but I know it's not an asshole thing. But I know since we're all OGs,
we know that. Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is, I know that you guys are passionate and it has something to say.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, if you were one of these black pill guys, and somebody interrupted me, I'll boot you the fuck off, because I'd be like, "Oh, you gonna say some stupid ass shit?" But I know the feeling. Like when I do my finger up, I'll be like, "Oh no, I'm about to lose it. Oh shit, I got some fire." So we know. Look at AV right now. See, he's like, "No, I need it right now too." Go ahead, that's it.
No. I know, my bad, because you know I'm gonna forget. But this is what I wanted to say to Afi.
This is the
now,
environment.
You know what?
I'll do it.
Now you know what it is. I realize this listening to the playbacks and shit. I'm always breaking shit down because this is how I learn, and I think people can kind of a lot of things that you guys say, Justin, Afi, it's over people's heads, bro. Rosebud told me some shit one time. I was on the panel with him. He was like, "Yo, AV, you gotta. The one thing I don't like about you, bro, you think that everybody thinks like you." And I said, "Yo, thank you, OG. You guys, you and Justin are talking shit that's going to be over their fucking head." So I got to break it down. Bottom line is this. Afi just said, Afi does this a lot, but Afi said he's allowing us to speak because older people are a little bit more long-winded. Agreed. But he's doing that because he is in control of his environment. If we were a younger cat or a black pill kid that didn't know what the fuck we were doing, he would interject appropriately because he is respectful to his audience and he has to control the situation. Now, we're older guys, so we have a lot more shit to say. We're a little bit more long-winded, but Afi's doing that on purpose. So to relate to the topic, you have to be in a situation and in your environment and make sure that you select the person that's going to coincide in your environment. A broad that kind of understands that you may be long-winded, but she lets you speak, and then you allow her to speak. So it's all of those things, bro. But the only way you get that is not by listening to YouTube and super chatting. It's by living your life, man, and falling on your ass and then coming back and saying you were right.
Hey, shout out to Dangerous. I want you to follow me on Instagram and send me a DM. I want to know how you
need to unpack you work.
Because he on fire. He ain't said nothing that wasn't fire. All the shit like receipts. Stop that. Is she an escort? Did she call right back after she was thirsty? He knows about the dynamics. I ain't never even seen you before. You see him, Justin? He's saying the good shit every single time. I want to talk to you. Hit me up on Instagram. You know your shit. I want to look and stuff.
Smart dude. Like I don't know. Like most of the dudes that I know of who are living a good life, and by that I mean like they get women, but they're not prioritizing them. It's not like their whole life is the priority, and women are just an aspect of it. They don't talk about receipts. The receipts we talk about is when we're doing business, and they're talking about balancing their books, so they know what to write off at the end of the tax season.
Right.
Come on, man. Because we're talking money. But I wanted to mention this thing that Misha brought up, the Pareto principle, and the 80-20% rule. And it really is the Pareto principle is that it specifies that 80% of the consequences come from 20% of the causes. That's what the original Pareto principle is. And it gets used up in like a lot of different ways, and I think inaccurately, right? They say like, oh, and see, people see the thing, there's a lot of danger in this sort of stuff, okay? Yes, there are bell curves. Yes, there are commonalities that fit a larger thing. And the problem is that some people, you get caught up in that 30,000 foot view and you say, see, that's what life is like. And they say, look, 20% of the guys are getting 80% of the women. We've all heard that, right? And some studies about how women use like dating apps, all right, like Tinder. They studied that, yeah, it is true on the dating app, right? That 80% of the women want about 20% of the guys that are on there. And it's like, okay, great. But while you're worrying about all that shit, all these like big, the 30,000 foot view, and saying, oh, I can't deal with all that, right? Because usually the people who are worried about this information, they're not getting women. They're busy studying all these things and reading all this crap and all this stuff. It's like, dude, why don't you just stop all that nonsense and just worry about your own life? Stop worrying about women as a species, men as a species, and the whole game as an entire system. And where do you fit in all that? Worry about your own game. Worry about your own life. Worry about your own, your own business. I almost said bad words there. I didn't want you to get flagged, but
it's too late.
You gotta let us know, my G.
Hey, OG Justin had a smooth ass heat up though. You see his little heat up, but he was so smooth, but he got passionate, but he was still smooth. He got passionate.
But the point is that it's like, that's part of getting, I don't know. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, and I just think that that's part of getting men's heads out of their own head and constantly thinking outside. Be aware of the outside. Be aware of how you're being viewed, how you can be judged, and all this stuff. And it's like, man, it's a devious tactic to get men with their focus on the external so much and not as much on how they feel about themselves, a relationship to themselves, because that's where the real fucking power is. I just ended with this phrase. The most powerful thing is a man who has a healthy relationship with himself, because he becomes unstoppable. He can't be manipulated by consumerism. He can't be manipulated by women. He can't be fucking told what the fuck to do, right? He's got his fucking issues in check. He's got his anger in check. He's got his injuries in check. He's in check. He's healthy. And that is the man does not want that to happen. He wants to keep you sick. He wants to keep you distracted, and he wants to keep you stupid. And it's like, when men are not like that, it's like, we can't control them. That's fucking dangerous right there.
Big facts. Let me shout out to True Savage. No shots at anyone, but most people will follow waves and get drowned. Learn to swim.
Bars, bro, just everywhere, bro. That's why I say I know dating coach. The guys who listen to my channel know their own fucking game and shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's bars. That ain't even like game. That's good game. Bar, good game. You can repeat good games, but you have to know the game to give bars. Mm-hmm. You can't give bars if you don't really know it.
Facts. A lot of dudes are plagiarizing shit. They plagiarize shit, and you could tell it's textbook. It's like a line out of a script and shit. But the majority of our listeners, your listeners rather, have good energy and they have game. And I hear a lot of the listeners and your supporters, Afi. A lot of their game.
That's
a lot of
bro. That's slick
a
as
lot
hell.
of the
Most people will follow waves and get drowned, learn to swim. That's slick as hell, bro. I got.
That's what I was about. That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. Their game is a lot of influence from you. That's some shit you would say.
Yeah.
That's some shit you would say. So you could tell the influence.
That's fire. Like, they got tight.
That's what I'm saying. That's some shit. All right. That's some shit that Afi would be like, yeah, I'm going to use that. That's a good one. Yo, check it. Justin said something very important. A lot of dudes are too reliant on statistics. A lot of dudes are too reliant on numbers, receipts, etc., and they don't have anything to back it up. They're too reliant on someone else's wins and losses and conquests, receipts, and stats versus their own stats. It's kind of like a big fan that paints himself on the football field and shit. They're tailgating, they're a fan and shit, and they're getting mad because they lost, but they never went out on the field and did a fucking scrimmage in their life. They're living vicariously through people and getting too emotionally involved in it versus living in their own life, doing their own thing, and creating their own stats. That's a very important thing because
to be compared with their stats from last year, not anybody else's.
Shout out to Rosebud. Rosebud said, you can't, something to the effect, I'm paraphrasing. A lot of dudes are too reliant on their last win or their scores versus the scores they're doing right now. Kind of like an Al Bundy. Al Bundy had some glory years in high school. Now he's kind of hung it up and he's just depressed. A lot of dudes are so focused on their wins versus what they can be doing to win again. So you're only as good as your last win. You're only as good as your last relationship. J-Lo calling off another wedding is not a surprise. But at the end of the day, a lot of women, a lot of dudes have to clean up the mess of the delusion that a woman thinks that a woman looking at that relationship saying, you know what, you don't make me happy, you're out of there. So a lot of men need to understand this is what the climate is. So in order to combat that, you have to continue to learn yourself. And when you learn yourself, you can give proper instruction, proper leadership to a woman who more than likely does not know herself, who has been listening to her toxic friends, who has been listening to her bitter mother, and don't have anything to offer besides the wrong things that she's been taught. You have to, you can't get mad at a woman who is not complying if you are not a leader. And you're not a leader because we say so because you got a dick and balls. You're a leader because you groom yourself and develop yourself to become a leader.
Bro, we got to do the show because I don't even want, because you got to, I'm so inspired from what you just said. I don't even want to talk about it right now because it'll just go left. We got to talk about women and the influences of them. See, that's grown man shit, bro. That people don't want to hear that, but that's the best shit. Golly, bro. Women and the influences of their mothers. You know how much game y'all will get from that topic?
That's another show, please.
But it ain't about
that's way too big of a topic to.
That's a good show, though.
Moment.
Remind me.
And I gotta bounce. I gotta bounce at about 5 minutes. But this has just been around a lot, but it's worth saying that Decalux is here saying certain guys learn too much about the game and theories and so on, and not doing anything with the information, and they might cripple themselves with the information. So they basically, walking and probably sitting encyclopedias because they're just sitting there in front of their computers, beating off. But when I was taking some business courses. And one of the things that my coach was telling me, and he was like, Justin, you got to take messy action. You just have to act. Take this little bit of knowledge, right, that they've acquired from us, and you have to just start acting. Because if you try to plan out your entire thing, you're never going to get anything done. You're going to work on your business plan and your marketing and all your strategies and all this shit and all the branding. And you're going to just keep finding things to fine tune. And then you're never going to get shit done and you're never going to make any money.
Shout out
you just got to get going with that. Sorry.
No, you're absolutely right. Shout out to Tim Satov, $10 super chat. Awesome panel. Justin gave a lot of value here. I'm off to a run. Peace to the chat. I want to just say something real quick because I know we're about to wrap up. Justin says something very.
I got bro. So I'm gonna stay on another 20 minutes.
Oh no, me and you. I know Justin got to go in 5 minutes, but me and you, we on. But yo, Justin says something very important, and I'm gonna relay this to what Afi has told me, and I'm gonna relay this into relationships as well. Justin said, "Messy action. Things are not gonna be perfect, but you have to act. Things are not gonna be perfect." Afi cornered me, air quotes, into a panel with some heavy hitters saying why you should do this YouTube shit. You want to do it, bro? Do it. And this is why. And then everybody gave me some tips and shit, which I take to this grave right now. Things are not going to be perfect, but the only thing that you can do is perfect it on the way to action. And I'm going to relay this to relationships. Purpose, high value. That does not mean that you can't live your life. Smell the roses, practice, talk to a broad, get a friend while you're on your journey. You'll be surprised, but it's all about the work-life balance. But if you continue to try to perfect something that's never going to be perfect, you're going to just be frustrated and you're going to be a subscriber to something that you'll never achieve, man. Action, field work makes the dream work. You have to make sure that you do messy work and you fail because you learn more through your losses than your wins.
Facts. Yeah. Teamwork make the dream work. Adelaide just come in with the cash apps, baby. See what the hell? See?
That's it. Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna bounce on that mic drop that AV just landed.
All right, my brother.
Guys, it's been fantastic. It's always a good time coming with.
Where can they find you, brother?
Shit up. Well, it's right there. My name there is at Coach Justin _ on IG. That's just the best way to contact me. And I've in my bio, I've got a Calendly where you can just set up a cost-free, judgment-free 30-minute coaching session with me. Well, no, it's not a coaching session. It's a clarity call. So you know, we just take 30 minutes to get to know one another, and I can hear a little bit about what your problem is and to see if I can help you or not. Right? I'm not one of these people out here. It's like you going to a doctor, right? It's like I fix broken wrists. Okay. And if you got a head injury, I'm going to send you to somebody who treats head injuries. Okay. I know people who do that. Right. But if you got a broken wrist, we can talk and we'll see what we can do what's best for you. All right. So yeah, just check out my IG at Coach Justin _ hit my bio. And I've got, all the links necessary in there to get on a little bit of a consultation call. And we'll just see what's going on.
Thank you, Justin, so much, man.
I got to give him a shout out on my consultations now because I like that one too. I didn't learn 2 new ones. That's what I'm gonna tell cats, bro. You got a broken wrist or what?
Yeah, I specialize in wrists.
Yeah. You're going to Corey Wayne with that fucking shit, bro.
Yeah, like, bro.
All right.
Wrist. Yeah, bro.
All right, fellas. Take care.
Have a good night, Justin. Talk to you soon, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, well, Justin, let me just piggyback again on what Justin was saying and what Afi has encouraged me to do. And I'm gonna break it down the way Afi breaks down shit. Afi has encouraged me to just do it. Like fucking Nike. Just do it. Yo, AV, just do it, bro. Afi went into personal stories about some mistakes that he's made, the quality. He's even taken the opportunity to send me his first video and the quality just to kind of paint a picture for me to say, look where I am now and look where I was. Very important, bro, because that pushed me, because not only do I respect the guy, he's put in the work. So if you want a woman to be on your fucking program and you want her to listen to you, you have to have some stake in the game. And the only way you get stake in the game is by being yourself, man. And build on what you like and what you need to do to provide for a woman to have some guidance, bro. You have to start somewhere. I know, shout out to Bulldog Mindset. Bulldog Mindset, I think there was something floating around how he looked before he glowed up.
That's the biggest club I ever seen, bro.
He's
like a different fucking guy.
Bro, shout out to Bulldog Mindset. He had a crazy glow up. And even his video quality. You know what I'm saying? I've been on panels with dudes that are popping now, but before they were in their bedroom, they were in a dungeon like this. So what I'm saying is, you have a lot of times you're looking at what's now. You're not looking at what it took to be now. So if you want a woman, a relationship, you want to be in a position of power, You have to set yourself up to be in a position of power. And the only thing, the way you do that, my brothers, is to listen to grown man shit. Pay attention to Afi's shit that gets the least views. I guarantee you, if you start focusing on the videos that have the least views, you'll get the most knowledge out of them, because the ones that get the most views is like a courtesy for low, not, with all due respect, for people who need to hear remedial shit. But the people that really need to hear the shit, the least views, and not just because I'm on some of them, but because those are the ones that people really need to hear, and they're just not ready to hear it right now.
You can tell which ones is gonna go good.
Facts. Yeah. You told me how to read that. Yeah.
Shout out to Tito the Don. Hey, I like, because they used to call me Tito when I was young, so I don't even know where. I know Tito Jackson. It was just a whole little thing. So I like. Shout out to that. Shout out to you, brother.
Peace, Tito.
Hey, I meant to send you this video too, because you're talking about glow up. It's late night, but we can unpack that shit. It was from MTR, and he did a video on Kevin Samuel's glow up. Press one if y'all seen that. So he basically showed his glow up. You want me to give you a little taste of it?
Let's go. Fuck it.
It's good, bro. It was good. I was impressed. I know both the people, but it was a good video. So yeah,
let's do it.
Super chat if you want a full breakdown of it, but I'm gonna pull it up for it now. It was really good.
Yeah. So while Afi's pulling that up, man. Yeah.
Watch the part. Look, hold on. I know the part that you're gonna start laughing at. I ain't gonna say shit, and I know what part you're gonna start laughing at. Watch this. All I'm gonna say is how can I say it without being obvious?
Not chill. Let it ride.
All right. This is a good video.
Make sure y'all get the likes up. Make sure y'all get the ask a
Go
question
ahead,
too. Now get the likes up while Afi brings up the video and shit, the glow up, but it's important. Now you good?
Mediocre. It's a good ass video. I was like, it was entertaining, but it was, you know what I'm saying? How some shit can be entertaining, but it was like I was just like, that was a good video.
Edutainment. Something that we're both good at. Edutainment. We can make you laugh and teach you shit at the same time. Something that a lot of these people lack. They teach you shit. Listen, man. What's happening is we're teaching you shit through experience. Other people are teaching you shit through textbook. Understand the difference, because when it's from a textbook, that's somebody's story that they're trying to live through. You should be able to tell authenticity through stories. So that's how you know. That's how you know. That's a real receipt, bro. When you talk about your story, you realize authenticity about shit that they've been through versus somebody's textbook or vocabulary. That's a real receipt. Pay attention. All right, let's go.
Hey, ain't the late night show vibes different, bro?
Facts.
We ain't never did no late night show. The panels, that don't count. It's like 10 niggas or more.
Right.
Yeah, anyway, different when on the late night morning shit is crazy.
It's a different vibe. Yeah, it's whatever, B. Mm-hmm.
All right, look at this shit. Let me turn this music off. So if y'all ain't seen this is a good video, and this is what I feel like guys need to just watch it. Shout out to MTR too.
MTR,
I'm breaking down your video. I need you to break down one of my videos, fool. Break down one of my
videos. Sidebar. Yeah. Shout out to MTR. Yeah. I need to say something real quick while you bring this up. A lot of you niggas, a lot of you content creators need to start breaking down Afi's videos. A lot of you dudes need to start breaking down Afi's videos. And the reason why I say that, not because I'm on here and shit, because I'm always kissing up to the homie, but because his video, I put his videos, not with me on them, up against anybody's shit. A lot of you guys are focused on the bells and whistles. I said this shit back in November. Invest in the message. Break down Afi's videos. Shout him out. Keep your money, shout him out, and put him in a position where he can influence people that need to be influenced. I just need to say that because we all see it, and I don't have nothing to lose by saying it. Keep your money. There's more value in putting a nigga in a position versus supporting niggas for the grant and for the audience. That's all I'm gonna say. Fuck it.
Preach, bro. Because I got if the right
I'm bad.
I'm scoring a touchdown, bro. I got all the tools, man. All I need is the push, man. That's it. You got
all the tools. You just need somebody to pass you the ball. Put me in, coach. pass him the ball, give him a layup, and he'll score. The problem is, again, y'all niggas need to rest. Go on the sideline, drink some Gatorade, and let another nigga go in for you and score. Because at the end of the day, if you notice, there's a lot of niggas clicking up. And the reason why they clicking up is because they're helping each other. There's different type of help, and this is kind of relates into
I can't
relationships.
Real talk. Just real, like I can humbly say, I can't do this shit by myself. Dude, if I didn't have a good network and a good tribe, I would have been quit this shit, bro. The only reason why I'm here is because I know I have this information and I know, but it's still, I have other people on the same. Remember, we talked about relationships? I have people around me on the same page with the same goals. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to self-motivate myself alone. I can do it, but this is a lot of shit, and it don't pay off all the time for the time you put in.
You see what he just said? If y'all just listening, let's get the likes up. Afi just said, we talking about when a woman's fed up, but what about when a man is fed up? We can't do this alone. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Afi can do this alone. He's been doing it. Let's not get it twisted. Afi has collaborated with a lot of people, but his numbers are a result of his hard work, because if niggas, his collaborations were worth anything from an outsider looking in, it would have been a different situation. But just because he can doesn't mean he should. So when you're dealing with a woman, you're dealing with a business partner, just because you can, you should. And this is how you know you value somebody, a woman, a business partner, when they're putting in the effort and kind of surplusing what you're not doing. A woman's noticing you tired. I got more subscribers. You know what? Let me just shout you out real quick to bump you up. We all see it. We all see it. Content creators see it. Women see it. At the end of the day, you can't talk to me. A woman can't talk to me like she talks to a simp. You can't talk to a nigga that got game and try to run game on me, because that's an insult. So at the end of the day, man, keep your love. Do it. If you show me love in front of people, make sure you show me love when people are not watching. Same thing for bitches. If a bitch is riding with you behind closed doors, bitch, you better be promoting me on your gram too. Because if you're not doing that shit, you just trying to gas me up, and we see right through it.
Right. I mean, I think I proved just by time that I'm here to stay. Some of these cats just do shit and they just try it out, and they think they got game because they got a rotation, and they want to come on YouTube and just think it's gonna pop because they got the shit to talk about. Like I put in my work, man. I put
my
in
fault
work,
too.
bro.
We went left. We were supposed to do the MTR shit, but I just went left. My bad, B. Yeah.
Real talk. Like, I mean, y'all can't see I'm serious. I'm dedicated to this shit, bro. So in case you don't want to do that because you was thinking I'm fly, I ain't fly by night, nigga. I'm here.
And
so
that's the thing. Yeah, let's go. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish. You still finish your statement, though.
No. One last thing. So women, and this is not a plug for Afi, but this is just men in general. Women need to realize a man's grit and his positioning, and why he's not in a position where he's supposed to be, and the position that he's going to be in. That's a trait for a woman to be submissive. That's a trait for a woman to be in her feminine, to support her king, to be crowned a queen. A lot of women think they queen just because. No, I crown you. We got two different kings, my big head and your little head. So at the end of the day, in order for you to become a queen, you need a king. And if you bless your king and you support him in his mission, he will reward you, because that's what real niggas do. We don't just throw you away and use you. You have to continue to provide value. So when it comes to content creators, people that love us on the side, they DM us and shit. If you want to really show me love, when you want to show us love, do it the way that we know is required for us to feel the love. Don't do shit for people to make it look like you love us when you don't. Because if your actions are not congruent with the love that you're showing everybody, it's not gonna matter when we at the end of the day, bro.
Boom. That was a mic drop. He's real spitting, real talk. That's Alpha Villains, brother.
Peace, my G. Tito, peace.
All right, so check this out. So I'm showing y'all this just so y'all can say it was a fire drop, but just we talk about evolution and stuff like that and putting in the work. So this is like a visual for you guys. I can tell it and just say it and yell at it, or you can just watch this video and get it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll let him do the commentary for the rest. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is good, bro. Shout out to MTR again.
Peace.
I am yo, Smitty, could have told you some reviews. Back in here with one more video. Guys, you're looking at the thumbnail of the video, you're looking at the title. I have a very special treat for you guys here today. I think I'm gonna name this video something like The Evolution of Kevin Samuels or something to that effect.
What's up, Nelly?
Now, guys, I've talked in my previous video and I've mentioned that one of the most impressive things that I've seen and witnessed regarding this meteoric rise of Kevin Samuels is looking at his progression as
it's 15 minutes. We'll watch 6 minutes straight.
And looking at the difference of how he presented himself in topics.
It's the part I want you to see.
So years ago versus the way that he presents his topics with his degree of eloquency as he speaks the things that he speaks on his channel. And I've talked about these things as well, but I don't know if you guys really and truly get it. So I have this video here today where we're going to go through and react to clips that I've compiled from his channel.
I'm not going to lie, bro. My fingers are tingling. It's going to be super hard for me to not break shit down as I watch this. This 6 minutes, I'm in torture mode, bro, because I don't want to stop and say so many things when he starts. I'm having a heart attack over here. Just watch.
Just so you guys can understand what I mean when I talk about the evolution. You understand? And I think this is really important to do because too many of us look at other people in successful places and discount, or maybe don't have a formal understanding of what work that person.
Let's play a game real quick. Play a game. We gonna play. So right now we in 1 minute 34 seconds. Well, we gonna play this 6 minutes. Who press a 1 in the chat if you think I'm gonna be able to play the 6 minutes without pausing it. And press a 2 if you think I can do the 6 minutes. Even though I'm saying I'm not gonna do it, I'm tingling. So press 1. Press 1 if you think I'm gonna pause it, or press 2 if you think we could just listen to 6 minutes of it. Let's see. Hold on, let's see, because I'm gonna start it, and I want to see what y'all say. What they say, what they in their facts, we should be meant to be. What y'all think? I think we gonna be able to. We gonna be able to get through 6 minutes preview without a pause,
without an interruption. Let's go.
Put into the gym to become the person that they are today in all of their success. So I think this would be really important. So also keeping in mind the different tropes as they evolved over time. Keep in mind the quality of the videos as they've evolved over time, and then also his camera presence as well. Take note of all of these things. Without further ado, 1, 2.
Hold on, this don't count because I'm gonna try to get because I gotta add it because now I'll have it to where it ain't showing us no more and the video. So let me try. This one don't count. This is not. This is
no.
Okay, because I want you know how you do it where it shows us and the video. Yes. Okay, there we go. So that we can get the reaction too.
Word.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Welcome to another edition of Life and Style by Kevin Samuel. Again, if you like what I'm doing, what are you going to do? You're going to go ahead and click that YouTube subscribe button because it doesn't cost you $1. It helps you make pennies. And again, you're going to forward that out to as many friends and family members as possible. And just help me keep bringing this great content to you. All right. Hold up. Wait, hold up. Get back here, Kevin. Get back here.
I wanted to pause it before he did this.
The
like 3 times already.
This is something that he used to do on all of his old videos. I mean, I got my clap. You know, we all got our own kind of intros or something like that. I'm so happy he took away that countdown. You understand? I didn't like that countdown thing.
Oh, remember, look out for what I'm talking about, too.
Okay. So I'm glad he got rid of that. Also, take a look at the picture in the background. Take a look at the camera
Look at that
quality.
nigga's handkerchief.
The picture's not even straight. Like, think
That
about
shit look like
the
corsage.
the setup of his YouTube channel right
Well,
now. Like,
report,
you're
what's
flicking
up,
to a live
bro?
stream.
Yeah, we
He's
just
got
having
that
fun, bro.
pendulum thing swinging. He's got the candles in the background. Everything is so uniquely manicured and perfect looking on the live stream. Goes to show you progress over perfection. Last but not least, that outfit. I don't think. And I'm not a fashion dude, right? Myself, right? You know what I'm saying? I wear
pocket skills to go crazy.
But I would be surprised if today he would wear an outfit like this on a live stream. I'd be very surprised. Let's keep it moving.
That bow tie looks like a clip-on too. A clip-on.
How would you describe the smell of seduction?
That nigga got a thumb ring on, my G. He got a thumb ring on, my G. This nigga got a thumb ring on, my G. Yo, shout out to Kev Samuels. This nigga got a thumb ring. All right, my nigga, go ahead.
Sex, because sex is an oversight.
Yo, please don't get me in no trouble, B. Yo, peace. Shout out to Kev Sams. You already know, G. I'll meet you one day. You had a fucking thumb ring on, my G.
In front of that old grandma, it's fantastic. Now he got the brick in his background. You see what I got in my background as well. You understand me? You can't go wrong with the brick. Also, notice the long, awkward, kind of drawn out.
That was funny.
YouTube video. In the beginning of that, it felt like more of a lullaby to me. All right.
MTR's crazy, B. He's clown. Guy. Don't.
What up?
Car video.
Squad.
Shout out to D-Jax, the scammer.
It's a video I've been wanting to make for a minute.
Fucking commercials about to come up.
Yeah, nigga had a serious
You
blow.
already know it's monetized, baby. Yeah, MTR, you monetizing the hell out of this one. I know you is.
Oh yeah.
You know exactly how I want to put it out. This video is for all guys, brothers in particular. So we're about to get a little old school, new school, and some game. Why men look like shit.
People don't realize he used to talk to men all the time.
In general, brothers in particular. Why we look like shit, dress like shit? Well, honestly, a lot of us, even though we know better, we have fallen in love with the struggle. We have fallen, you romanticize doing stuff the hard way. Every one of you knows a guy
Look again.
who spent more time trying to figure out how to cheat on the test than to study for the class because he thought that made him smarter or better. You know.
Shout out to Jones. He said it looked like his name little Daryl.
Facts.
And just got that good times mentality. You know what? I found $10,000 in the park, and it was in a cash bag. And that $10,000 could have gotten us out the projects and moved us on up and put my kid in school. But Lord have mercy, I took it to the police and I turned it in because that's the good Christian thing to do. And I'd rather get out of here on my own.
He's in the ATL grandma house, Big Curtis.
That's some bull. It's all
Big Mama.
It's all flavor. What I
Nice. See, that's a glow up right there. Look, boom.
Yeah. See, I remember I told you the yellow. He came on hella smooth. It's all flavor, baby.
Yeah.
Let me look at it one more time. That was 6 minutes in too. Look, look how he came on. Look at the transition.
Yeah, now, yo, he lost like 4 of them rings. He just got one on the pinky. You know what I'm saying? It's leveling up, B.
Look at this transition from that to this, bro.
I found $10,000 in the park, and it was in a cash bag. And that $10,000 could have gotten us out the projects and moved us on up and put my kid in school. But Lord have mercy, I took it to the police and I turned it in because that's the good Christian thing to do. And I'd rather get out of here on my own and scrimp and save and do it the right way. Man, that's some bull. It's all flavor, baby. All flavor.
He came on swag though.
He adjusted his shit like, yeah, all right, let me see.
He came on swag.
around this time.
Yo, this was excellent. That
You see, when you level up, your attitude change.
Yo, Fee, you said this was excellent that you did this because this
Kevin,
is Mr. High.
You're not clowning. I'm saying that was good, not bad. That was fine.
Yeah, no. We're not clowning Kevin Samuels at all, man. Shout out to Kev Samuels. Shout out to MTR. But what we're saying is, because there's going to be a point in time, Fee, where they're going to be looking at us and be like, look at these niggas. So imagine looking at us right now. Imagine the globe from this point. The globe's going to be crazy. So if me and Fee globe from this point, y'all niggas going to get sick. But that's another conversation. The bottom line is this. High value, high value. Kevin didn't start out high value. He ain't look high value. You know what he had? Belief and confidence in himself.
And then it went back on him, though. He went back. I didn't peep that. He went back. He was swaying and doing this shit. That's a whole, you can do this. He was doing this and swaying. You really feeling it when you sway.
You know what I mean? Niggas don't know.
That's like when you drunk and you start snapping. Like, that's the whole nother level. This and the sway. Oh, he was feeling that, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Kevin put in the work. So if you guys are looking at Kevin, how the hell did he do it? He put in the fucking work. From where he looked before to where he is now, man, he put in the work. So I say this to everybody as a teachable moment. Nobody's clowning Kevin Samuels. He is a testament of putting in the work and getting the fruits of his labor. So relationships, as men, you can't control the woman. The only thing you can control is yourself. Level the fuck up. Don't level up for a woman. Level up for yourself, and just know at the end of that, you're going to have whatever you want because you'll be in a position of power.
That's number 3. I'm going to come out tomorrow, Pregame Fridays. Oh, I might put the fur on, bro, and just so I can do this. It's all flavor, baby.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I'm going to come out with the fur. It's all flavor.
Yeah, he was like, okay.
He had a threesome the night before that one. You know he did. He was thinking about it. I was raw as hell. That's what when he said it was all flavor, baby. He was referring to the 2 O's he fucked the night before with the same sweater on and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Leveling up, B. Leveling up, and that's important. And that comes through trial and tribulation. The way he spoke, his transition to today, the way he speaks, the way he carries himself, his stoicism. He doesn't let these broads get him out of whack. He'll check a broad, but he'll do it in a consistent manner. You cannot get that and achieve that by just watching,
right?
By just reading books and shit, by just getting consultations. You get a consultation from Afi. You got to practice what Afi told you to do, and then check back in with the homie to make sure that you guys got it correct. Because Afi can listen, when you get coaching from somebody, they can be telling you the exact thing to do. But if you're just listening to it and you have no feedback for them, we're not going to have a good fit. It's going to be a one and done. Coaching takes time. And if you really want to do better and invest in yourself, you're going to invest in somebody who can guide you and get feedback from you to kind of tweak it to make it your own. Because we're not trying to teach you how to think like us, because you can't. What I can do won't work for you. What Afi does won't work for me. We have to figure out what's going to work for you and expound on that, and then you can add on to your plate. Finish your breakfast, bro, before you try to get something else.
It's all flavor, baby. I want to hear your question about this. It made me think about it. Do you think his message stayed consistent throughout the whole time?
I'm sorry.
Talking about Kevin Samuels, like, you know how he evolved. Do you think his message changed?
Absolutely. No, that's a good question. I don't think his message changed. I think the delivery obviously has changed because he's on a larger platform. I think the core fundamentals are there as far as what he was trying to convey back in the day. But I think he found a niche in regards, because that earlier message, he wasn't talking to women. He was talking to men. Kevin Samuel was not talking to men anymore, bro. He's talking to women. Men are like cheering him on. Yeah, Kev. But he's not. In the earlier videos, he was talking to men. But he realized that more women gravitate to him and more women need the help, because he understands the byproduct of fixing these broads is going to be better for us. Order of operations.
I wanted to touch on that one because that's a teachable moment, because I know most guys would, and that was a very Good answer. Most guys will look at the obvious thing and just be like, no, first he was doing cologne and now he's talking to broads. His message is the same. Let me tell you why. His message is the same, but he's evolved it to be more effective, right? Because if you look at those old videos, he was still about high power men. He's just finessing it. He's still about high power men. He just figured out women want the guys who he speaks of, and it's lucrative to tell them how or how not to get them. But it's still about high power men.
Right.
Also,
So,
side note, he fucks with hoes because, how do I know this? Because he's hella comfortable checking them. You can check women and yell at them and do all of this shit. You don't get on TV and get comfortable checking broads.
right.
No, you're comfortable checking them because you've been doing it for real.
That's what you do. Yeah, that's how you handle shit. Yes. Exactly.
You can do it just because you know people watching you and you don't want her to look like she won, so you kind of do it. But that's you being in defense. It's not really you being on offense.
Yo, you brought up something very important, and it's getting late, but this is very important before I forget. You said Kevin Samuels, has his message changed? No, his message hasn't changed. Kevin Samuel has identified a way, a lucrative way to capitalize on the fact that women need to hear it coming from him because he's accustomed to doing it off camera. At the end of the day, bro, at the end of the day, if you are not something, you can't pretend that you are something because it's never going to come off the right way, bro. It's never going to come off the right way. And if you are living a certain way, it'll translate on camera, bro. It'll translate on camera because I feel like I can say the same shit that Kevin says to a broad and it will not be well received. If Kevin Samuels respectfully looked the same way he looked back then, now he would not get the notoriety. He had to get beat up. He had to get made fun of, ridiculed, put in the work for him to be where he is today. And shout out to Kevin Samuels. Hopefully we can all aspire to be that way. Hopefully one day you guys will be able to handle the truth coming from a nigga looking like me or looking like A.V.
Right.
Just one-sided, spitting the same shit. If y'all can embrace the truth from us, you can embrace the truth from anybody. I can't say the same thing. I can't say you can embrace the truth from him and it'll be the truth from me. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. If you can embrace the truth for somebody who's spitting the real, you can embrace the truth from somebody who's putting sugar in on the medicine for you.
Mm-hmm. This is a good one. He on fire. He said he don't agree on that one. All of us can check a chick for a half hour who don't know better. Is he training or improving them? Not seeing it. I'll catch up with you later. Don't catch up with me later. Listen to what I gotta say first.
Word.
Because this is important, bro. See, this is master level game. What's going on? Because only you gotta have master level to understand master level. So what's happening here is he knows how to stir the pot without hurting anybody.
Very delicate skill.
Yeah, because most of the time you stir the pot, you're offending people. Like even the women get offended, but he can justify why that they're tripping and it's not him. So it's a win-win. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So whether he's improving or whatever, that don't really matter. If they get the gems, that's cool. But if they want to act stupid, that's also cool. Long as they're there is the important part.
That is an art I am currently trying to master, man. I could say something and it'll offend someone. And I try my best, bro. I try my best to not water it down without compromising who I am. But when you can stir a pot and tell somebody the truth without necessarily offending them outright up front, that's an art. And that's why he's so good at what he does. And I think he perfected that over time because I didn't get that vibe when I first saw him. Aside from his aesthetics, just his delivery. Even me, for instance, man, you know, Afi allowed me to come on here. I've improved. I used to say the N-word a lot. Nigga, 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 nigga. I've diminished that a lot. Not because I'm offended by it. That's how I talk, right? But I'm trying to be myself, but just trying to articulate better, right? So that way it's a little bit less offensive to the people who don't understand it, and it reaches a wider audience. That's me leveling up, right? With my diction, studying myself, studying people that I affiliate with, just like Kevin Samuel. So when I say I'm high value, not only is it in my mind, I'm displaying it by the way I carry myself and communicate. So these are my goals. They don't have to be your goals. You can talk however the fuck you want to talk, B, as long as you have set goals for yourself and you achieve your goals. Your goals and my goals don't have anything to do with each other. As long as you achieving your goals, you good and you authentic and you're a man.
Hey, let me ask you this, AV. When you level up, right? Because you will.
We both will. Let's go.
Do you think you will be a suit guy where you can wear suits all the time and shit?
I have mad shit, B. I like dressing up. Let's not get it twisted. I have mad shoes, slacks and shit, pointy shoes, all that shit. In Miami, it's hot. I think there's a time and place for it. There's a lot of dudes on here that don't know how to dress. You see the torso up, so you don't know these niggas what they doing. They can't match and shit. You can just tell how that shit fits. When I level up, it's when it calls for it. I think a man should be well-rounded. I think a man should be able to speak hood when he's amongst his partners. I think a man should articulate properly when he's in the boardroom, depending on his audience, knowing your audience. So if you and I are going on a business meeting and shit for a network, for a show we pitching, we're going to dress up and we're going to look good. It's not going to look crazy. So am I going to level up? I don't equate leveling up with my attire. I equate leveling up being able to choose how I want to dress based on where I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I look at it like damn Brazilian or whatever. Like I don't got it in me, bro. It's just I'm too laid back of a cat. I don't want to wear
that. That's a Cali
shit.
vibe too, though. That's a Cali vibe. I believe.
Never really thought about it like that. I mean, I don't have hella suits, but I got enough to where I can put a 5-suit rotation on camera or something.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable. Like it's like raw sex. It feel good, but I don't want it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to put the suit on and feel sauce, and then I want to go back to my regular life and throw on some sweats and shit. Like I don't. When I bubble, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm only wearing my own shit, bro. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm only wearing my own shit.
We talked about this. Yeah, I'm working on some designs for some track suits. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think a man who is comfortable in his skin can wear whatever he wants to wear, but he is dictating his life. Because you can see a dude with some jeans and a t-shirt and some chucks, and he's super paid. And then you see these dudes out here in Miami with the tight pants and shit, high water pants, pointy shoes, and them niggas work at a call center. So at the end of the day, man, your attire matters or your appearance matters, but it shouldn't determine how you perceive yourself to be high value. If you want to dress up, you dress up. Women see that. And again, women will be forced to either step up or step out. If you are continuously leveling up on whatever it is, a woman will always be on her toes trying to level up with you. And you will always be in a leadership position because what's good for me is going to be good for us.
Yeah, bro. I tried. I remember when I turned 30, I was like, oh, I got to be a grown man.
That's young. Yeah.
And then I tried for like a few days, and I just felt weird, just like driving in my car, going to the grocery. Like I ain't going to a business meeting. I'm still doing my regular shit, but I got a suit on. So I got mad shit. Yeah, I gotta. If you give me a job on Wall Street and I got to, then of course I don't want to get my ass fired. So of course them, but it just ain't in me, bro. I don't like it.
Nah, and you know what's crazy too? A lot of times, dudes that aren't into that shit, when they try it, it looks awkward, and then you just look uncomfortable and you look corny. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you see the dudes that you ever see like the dudes that are always dressed up really nice in the suits and shit, and when they wear shit that's normal, they look awkward because that's just not in them. So it's about finding what's comfortable for you. You can wear sweats, joggers, sneakers, and t-shirts as long as you clean, you crispy. You know what I mean? You looking good. You could be in a situation where you're well embraced because you're comfortable. But you could tell somebody who's not used to wearing shoes and wearing fitted shit that just looks uncomfortable. So be authentic by just being yourself. Be comfortable, because a lot of times too, a lot of bros don't want a nigga that's too dressed up. B.
Right.
I've been in situations where I'm overdressed. I'm overdressed and shit, and it's crazy. Like I wouldn't get a lot of attention in the clubs, but when I would dress down with Timbs and jeans and shit, all the bitches would come to me because they like the bad boy look. Number one, number two is I'm not outshining them. Like they feel like they the pretty one. I'm like, all right, cool and shit. But so that's what I'm saying. Like a man has to dress for himself, not to impress a bitch. If you want to dress up, dress up. If you don't. But be comfortable. And a woman you'll make a person or anyone around you comfortable as well.
Yeah, I remember I was a principal at school I worked at, and he used to wear sweatsuits. It took me a while to get used to it. I was used to thinking, damn, you ain't even gonna slack it up or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a three-piece, but he used to wear jogging suits every day. Never seen him dressed up before. He gave 0 fucks.
That's what I'm saying. And that's admirable, B. That's admirable. It's kind of like Steve Jobs, man. Steve Jobs only had black turtlenecks. Or Einstein, they always wore the same things to not give thought into it. This is what we say. Now we going to the left. Basically, Afi talked about attire and shit, dressing and shit. Afi likes to dress up. I like to dress up too and shit. Just look, because this is camera shit, right? This is videos that's gonna outlast us. So I always try to look presentable. But at the end of the day, this doesn't make me. It makes me feel good to be well put together, because I know that whatever areas I'm lacking in, this will compensate for you. So this is a teachable moment. If you're lacking in height, you're lacking in physique, you're lacking in finances, make sure you can control the things that you are not lacking in: attire, physique, grooming. That'll give you some extra points during a time where you're lacking in other areas. So when you do get up to those other areas and you keep up your appearance and whatever you can control, you become higher value. You don't just start out being high value. You have to build incrementally on your appearance, attire, credit, crib, car, whatever you feel that's going to make you feel good. And then at that point, a woman will want to say, you know, he's out of my league, or he's somebody that I want to be a part of.
All right. Hey, this is what I want to do to end the show. Let me know what you down. So it's 3 questions. I'm going to ask you one, and then while you answering that, I want 1 question from a man and 1 question from a chick. You down for that?
Let's do it.
So it's one man, 1 woman, and then me. Okay. So you answering my question is, so as AV answering my question, y'all put a question in the chat. 1 woman put a question in the chat, 1 man, and then we done for the night. But my question is for you, since we're talking about Jlo and A.Rod and stuff like that. Like, to summarize it for you, being a single dude, what would it take for you to settle down with a chick? But we can't use submissive, though. You can't use that one. You can't use submissive, though. What 5 qualities would it take for a woman? You can, you can mention looks, you can mention body. It don't matter. It's up to you.
But not submissive.
You can't use submissive, though.
Okay. 5 things. Looks.
Is there a look though? Like sexy, cute, with hot? Like what kind of look?
I want sexy, but not over the top sexy. Like I want like school teacher sexy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like hair in a bun and shit, but when she pulls that shit out, shit looks crazy. Shit like that. I want a sense of fucking humor. You got to have a fucking sense of humor. You got to be athletic, not tight, but you have to at least be able to walk up a flight of stairs. So I said looks, athletic, sense of humor, smart. And last thing, shit, and can cook. Yeah.
Okay. Which one would you lead with though?
Sense of humor, but not in a dumb bitch. Like, look at you, stupid bitch. But like funny, bro. If you funny, I could work with you, bro.
Yeah.
Sense of humor. Yes.
I'm gonna say mine, bro. I'm gonna say mine, and damn, I'm gonna try to say it from the last to the first.
All right.
Okay, what do I really want out of a woman? I'm about to really tell y'all my secret. I'm gonna really. Oh man, because I'm not gonna just throw the shit out there. I'm a because I'm thinking for myself, like, what did I really want? Because since I don't really want one, I never really thought about it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
You know what I mean? She has to be selfless.
Oh God.
She gotta be selfless, bro. She gotta just be doing shit for the fuck of it, bro.
Mhm.
That's what get me to listen to you. That's what get my attention. When you just randomly tell me sweet shit, or you randomly have good ideas for my content, or just suggestions, not
Mm.
necessarily telling me, oh, you need to change your hairstyle, but baby, you would look better, or you would look super sexy if you did this. See, that kind of shit. Um, so that's one.
Inspiring. Got you.
Yep. Inspiring. Um, a woman who is independent, not independent like she got her own car. She not that kind of independent. Independent meaning she knows how to entertain herself. I need a woman who know how to entertain herself, not just sitting around me. Don't sit around and wait for me to come up with all the date ideas, all the fucking activities, all the sex positions. No, man.
Bruh. Yeah.
This is real stuff, man.
You looking for a unicorn. Go ahead, keep going. 3 more.
That's 2. I like nice bodies, bro. But not too much. Like a porn chick, a porn chick I could use an example of. Cause like Cherokee, that's like a hittable chick. I would never fuck with a woman like that, bro. That's too much for me. I don't want that all the same. I don't want that every night. That's like I had 2 Modelo's and some Hennessy. I want to have some fun type shit. Like, I don't want that every night. Like you can't class that up. I can't take her. Well, no, girl, where I'm gonna take her if I got a businessman, I can't take her fucking ass nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Like Sanaa Lathan, like nice, but not too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want an entrepreneur spirit shit because when you deal with entrepreneur, each one of these are like topics. I should be writing it. Y'all put it in the chat, repeat it. Because entrepreneur chicks, bro, they dream big. See, a lot of these chicks be bad, sexy, fine, cute, submissive, but they don't have the entrepreneur spirit. It makes them, they have big goals and shit. So when you have your big goals, they get it because their goal is wanting to be independent and live on their own too. So they get it. Right? So if a bitch got a 9 to 5, even if it's a fire 9 to 5, she doesn't. If I tell her I want to live in Bali and get a palace and shit, she think that's some bullshit. She think that's not obtainable, or she just think it's some weird shit to say. She like, why we just can't get a big ass house in Atlanta? Because I'm thinking bigger. Because I want an infinity pool. That's why, and I want fucking trees to climb and shit. And I want to be away from everybody. So she got to have an entrepreneur spirit. That's a big one, bro. Because
that's the biggest.
Yeah, if she don't, bro, it's not gonna work because I want to live a lifestyle where I'm up, I'm traveling, I'm going here, I'm going there at a whim. That's how I got to do a conference. I got to do a boom. I can't hear that. Oh, again, you ain't got no. She got to understand it without me breaking it down to her.
But that one right there, you might have to leave with that. You got 2 more left, but go ahead. You got 2 more.
2 more. Shout out to King Dre.
Peace, King.
She needs to be a good listener.
Damn, nigga.
Yeah, bro. Because a lot of women don't listen, bro. They only listen and then they want to stay with their part. They don't even really care what you say. Like I have pimp master level game, but I'm still intelligent enough to know I can't control every woman, but every woman ain't worth the effort anyway.
Bruh.
Like you think I got game. Oh, this is a challenge. No, niggas. Challenge is a waste of time. Put that in the chat. Challenge. Put that in the chat. Challenge.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. You
challenge is a waste of time.
Yeah, they take all the pride in their challenges. I have to overcoming a women that don't like you is not a challenge, bro. Hold on, let me zoom into myself. Overcoming a woman that don't like you is not a challenge, bro. It's a waste of time. It's not a challenge.
Get your ego in check. You got one more.
One more. The last most important one. She gotta love herself.
Good luck, my nigga.
You gotta
Yo,
love it.
Afi's gonna be single forever, B. Yo, listen. I mean, he don't need no broad. It'll be nice, but y'all bitches,
I'm dead ass, bro.
bruh. Yo, where Principal Bay at? Because Principal Bay will probably be on my side. Yo, Fee. Nah, my nigga. That's crazy. Yo, that's hard. Bro, this nigga said he said two things. This nigga said, King Fee said, a woman who listens and a woman who loves herself. Where they do that at? Nah, my nigga. Good luck to you, buddy. I'll shake that broad's hand because this nigga said, my nigga, nah. Yo, the other shit he said, nice body, entrepreneurship, fine. Feet, in order, if y'all get the likes up, Afi Kingdom said the two most important things in a woman for him, if y'all want to settle down with this dude, you got to listen and love yourself. I don't know, my nigga.
Nope, look at that. See?
Oh, word. You see? You
See?
sure?
You don't know what you want till you ask for it. You see what happens? You gotta ask for yours. That's pimping.
See what I'm saying? You want y'all want to hold women accountable. Y'all not even communicating with women. Afi just said everything that he wanted. I say that's a long list, beautifully animated. So that's doable. That's light work. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want, man. Afi has standards, and he means this shit.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna settle till I know. The only reason I was willing to settle is because I wanted a family so bad at one point in time. I was like, I want to be a dad. I'm gonna die. I won't be able to live on and all this fucking shit. Really abusing my brain and shit. Like I wouldn't, if I just died and didn't produce, I'm like a loser in life and shit. That's the way I would think, and that's not the case.
That's not the case. No.
Hold on, bro. See, that's the conversation got good. Y'all didn't ask no question the whole time after the both go. Hold on, bro.
Tito Don P's.
Man, we've been y'all supposed to put 2 questions in the chat, man.
What's crazy is they out there, but they are never usually going to be ready made. They never ready made, my G. It's kind of like when you get a haircut. And then the barber does it right, and then you just tape it up yourself and shit, or your beard and shit. You gotta make your shit yourself, B. You know what I'm saying? So Afi said, yo, you gonna wear suits when you level up, my nigga? I said, maybe, but I gotta get tailored. I can't go off the rack because I'm a little stocky. So my point is, everything is never ready made. What Afi likes for broad to do, I may not like. You ain't need to do that, but you gotta do this. Every experience that you have to make it your own, my G. Stop listening to everybody and do it your way. And if it don't work, then come back and we'll tweak it. But do it your way always.
Oh, good. All right, man. Well, y'all fucked up. Y'all supposed to ask a question. I feel like I waited long enough.
Free game Friday tomorrow. Y'all tune in.
Yep. All right, AV, go ahead and say your last words.
Yo, good looking. My brother Afi Kingdom, man. You can follow me on Instagram. I go by the name of AV, aka Alpha Villains. Follow me on Instagram at Alpha Villains. I got a YouTube channel as well. Please come through. DJ Epps and Friends every Tuesday night, April 30th, Zodiac TV launch party. We coming. Salute.
Salute. So it was a pleasure. The late night edition. The late nights is chill. Fun.
It's different. It's a different vibe.
Have a difference. So I'm glad y'all stayed up with us tonight and shit. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Free Game Fridays. Please bring your questions. The questions that you're gonna probably
have them ready.
As I'm about to push in, bro, save them for tomorrow. I gave y'all like 10 bonus minutes. We both went through 5 of our things and unpacked it, and you still didn't have the question. We gotta do better.
Let's go.
Follow me on Instagram at King Genius Afi. Cop all the books: Analytical Confusion, Kingdom Classics, Finesse Game, Conversations with the Mind, and the Key in Analytical Confusion. I'll get them all because I got 2 books for y'all next month. Just cause for my birthday I'm giving. We still give on our days. We still give. That's it.
Let them know.